set your butane torches to high and your expectations to low. Coming to you from the cigar cave in the hills of the Steel City, get ready to get your fix. This is the Cigar Junkies Podcast.
Welcome to the Cigar Junkies Podcast,
the cigar show for the community by the community.
a forum that talks stogies, booze, food, and anything else in the cigar lifestyle.
If you're looking for ratings, negativity, or an authority on all things cigars, you came to the wrong place.
Whether you like what you hear or not, please join the conversation and let us know by finding us
At the Cigar Junkies Facebook group.
or contacting us at thecigarjunkies@gmail.com. What's up, junkies? It took a little while for us to get this shit going,
It was a rough start,
but here we are.
I'm not going to hold it against him.
You've got Corey, you've got Sam, and who else we got?
We got Lil Mo. I mean, you're not that little. I guess that's kind of not a fair way of putting it. We have Mo. Is it Molly? I actually never asked
Yeah, you got it.
Woohoo, Mo Molly. I feel like that was a lot of my 20s. That was a lot of Saturday nights. Was just that little Mo Molly.
Mo Molly, more problems.
Was it though?
Better
Yeah.
believe it.
So Mo Molly,
No,
Patina
Mo
Cigars.
Malley, less problems.
There you go. Fair enough.
So Mo's with Patina Cigars, a brand that I've been digging lately, and yeah, figured we'd bring him on by. Unfortunately, we couldn't drag him all the way out to Pittsburgh, so we got him calling in, which is Corey's favorite.
Oh, Jesus, is it? Yeah. And I don't know if Sam described you accurately, because what he told me was Mo is Patina Cigars. Because I was like, well, how really fundamental is he to the cigar? You know what I mean? Like, could we just do it without him? Because this isn't working. He's like, no, he's the company.
Yeah, one man shop.
Was I accurate?
Besides the brokers and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't understand. Is it Mo Money or Mo Broker?
No, for the retailer, it's Mo Money. For me, paying everybody that needs to be paid is usually Mo Broker.
Mo Broker.
Fair.
Well stated.
Then Sam must be doing it wrong, because he's a retailer and he is not making Mo money.
Yeah, he's not making no money.
No money.
I'm spending Mo money.
He'll be there. He'll be there. He's new.
Yeah,
He'll be there.
it's been intriguing, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. You know, a lot of people really underestimate the bureaucracy surrounding trying to get a cigar shop going, depending on the area that you're in and you know, your local government and their stance towards tobacco, or, you know, it could be down to a village a level, not even just state or whatever level.
I like you so much, Mo. You got his fucking number, bro. Not only that, but his actual shop is in a shopping center called the Bavarian Village. So you've got the village terminology down. So fucking gold star and shit. Good for you.
Yeah, I get to be one of the village people once I get this thing open.
Yeah, by the way.
Who are your neighbors, Sam?
My direct neighbor is a beer distributor. And then
Is a what?
a beer distributor.
Beer store.
Oh.
So yeah, in Pennsylvania,
Right.
not so much anymore, but it used to be you had to go to a beer store, but that's not the case as much. And then next to that is a laundromat, and then next to that is the liquor store. So got that all covered on the first floor, and then there's
that's dude, I love the fact that you're near a laundromat. I'm sure they really loved you moving in.
so far they've been they've been
okay.
awesome. Honestly, everybody in the building's been cool with it. We had one complaint, and I silenced her pretty quick by actually knowing what I was talking about, and she was not ready for that. But then beyond that, everybody's been pretty cool.
I hadn't actually considered this before, but when you throw all those things together, you really do have the perfect plan, because the husband be like, I got to stay at work late, right?
Yeah.
Well, while he's drinking and smoking cigars, he can have the laundry getting cleaned up so he goes home and doesn't even smell like smoke.
Done.
Right?
skis. Yeah.
It's the perfect alibi.
Well, you know, we got the dance studio upstairs, so drop your kids off, come down, have a cigar while they do their little lesson, and then, you know, drive drunk home. That's a great responsible adulting way of doing things. Don't do that. But yeah.
So we've gone into great length as to why Sam has decided to throw his money away and join the industry. What's your story, Mo? How come you decided that you wanted to be poor?
How come? Say it again. I'm trying to get these connected still. I don't know what's going on because it's hard to hear you guys.
Why did you decide to be poor and enter the cigar industry?
Because the corporate world sucked, man.
What did you do before? What'd you do before?
So education wise, I'm an accountant, a CPA. And then I traded commodities, physical, like in the grain industry. And yeah, man, I was just like, I'm not sure if this corporate thing's for me. And we had, I'd started a podcast back in 2014 with my buddy called the Sultans of Smoke.
No fucking shit.
Yeah.
Are you fucking with me?
No.
So are you in Chicago?
Yeah.
Did you ever live in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Okay.
For 2 years.
Did you hang out in that shop down there all the fucking time?
Classic cigar.
Yeah. So before this fever dream came to reality, I worked for a company called Schlumberger. And Schlumberger forces you to fly down to Oklahoma City to do their safe driving program, which is located nearby.
Okay.
And of course, for me, I was like, well, I'm going to hit every cigar shop I could find. And I fucking went to a bunch, and I fucking bumped into these dudes sitting in the booth down by the walk-in humidor. And I was just like, hey, man, you guys from here? It's like, yeah. It's like, hey, do you have any local shit that I could check out? Like, tell me what local stuff I could get that I can't get in Pittsburgh. And they're like, well, we actually have our own cigar. We have a podcast, and it's called Sultans of Smoke. And I've listened to that show because of that venture. And dude, you know how everybody that's got a box press Maduro is like, no, this is like a Padron, but for less money.
Yeah.
Swear to God, that fucking cigar was. Does that sound accurate, Mo?
I don't know if I'd give us that much credit. That's a lofty
for the price.
That's
range?
A lofty level. But I will tell you that the funny story about those cigars was when we came out with them, nobody gave a shit. Wait, can we swear?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very much.
Okay. So nobody gave a shit when we came out with those cigars. And then when Black Label trading caught popularity, like in 2017-ish, they brought it up with it. And then and to this day remains like a cult type of cigar in that Black Label community.
It was good fucking cigar, dude.
Oh wow.
That was also the very first time that I had the Tabernacle.
So you two have
met in that shop. Possibly. I mean, I met somebody. I mean, there was two guys hanging there that were from that show and was like, here, check out our cigar. And instead of being like, here, buy our cigar, they like pulled out a large Herfador and gifted me one. Nice. Yeah, one or two. And it was fantastic.
We gave you one?
So, yeah. I mean, him, they, somebody.
Yeah, it was probably Drew. Well, yeah, when you say they now could describe a lot. So it was probably Drew, and I'm not sure who else. I don't know if it was me. What year was it?
Gonna say roundabouts 2017. That's a rough
so that would have been Drew and somebody else because I was back up in Chicago at that time.
I'm sorry.
So, anyways, trading podcast, and then we just
and then Patina, yeah. So we had. Through the podcast, man, just met different people throughout the cigar industry and gave me my first taste of trying to sell cigars. And I should have known better. I mean, it was fucking tough then. And so, but it's fun and it's challenging and have grown every year. And so I think the next couple of years are going to be challenging, but yeah, if you do it the right way, it'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for everybody in any industry is going to be tough the next couple of years, though. That's just how the world is progressing.
So why don't we go ahead and get a little further in depth into what we're smoking after we play the commercial for the cigar of the week. It's time for the cigar of the week, brought to you by Just the Tip Cigars. Are you looking for the best selection of boutique cigars? Do you want the tried and true legacy brands that are synonymous with the cigar lifestyle? Do you want luxurious cutters, lighters, and other accessories? Do you want to relax in the most comfortable cigar lounge in the burg? Then you want Just the Tip Cigars. Conveniently located in the Bavarian Village Shopping Center in South Park, Pennsylvania, Just the Tip Cigars has been tailor-built to your smoking needs. Whether you visit in person or on the web at justthetipcigars.com. When it comes to cigars, Just the Tip is the whole package. So the tip cigar of the week. I don't even know if you can hear that. Did you hear the commercial play?
No.
Okay. I had a feeling that you might not. I'm pretty sure it's still going live. So like in terms of the podcast format and stuff, I think
it's
we're
not
okay.
saying no audio, so we're good.
Well, I'll have to build that shit into here maybe at some point or get more practice. But we are smoking the Patina Connecticut 5x52 Rustic, and I'm going to hand it over to Mo to tell us the rest.
Tell us about the cigar, Mo.
Let's see. That cigar. So just to give you a little background on it, can you guys hear me all right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So just to give you a little background on that, when we started Patina, I was like, I really don't want to do a Connecticut. And we were talking, factory. At that time, my cigars were made at Mombacho and in Granada, Nicaragua, with Claudio Segroy, who you guys probably still hear his name a decent amount. He's worked on a bunch of collaborations with other people. So we were like, all right, man, well, if we're going to do a Connecticut, it's got to be a Connecticut I would smoke. And so that cigar kind of was born. And that was like right when Connecticut's were starting to shift and consumer preferences were starting to shift a little bit.
Okay.
So it has a little bit more oomph, but not to where it's no longer a Connecticut, right? So it still has all the properties of a Connecticut and all of that, but with just a little bit more flavor. And then we utilized U.S. tobacco in the filler, and that gave it a little bit, a nice balance, So
yeah, that's actually really accurate because you have. I'm not a Connecticut guy by any stretch of the imagination. Mm-hmm. Sam definitely is more so than I am, but I enjoy Connecticut's with something a little extra, something going on. Mm-hmm. And typically I gravitate to things like My Father or Aladino or somebody that just still has that familiar thing that I like about their cigars, even that shines through the Connecticut. However, this doesn't have like a peppery note. It's not like, oh, this is a Connecticut with strength behind it or something else. It's just got like a much fuller flavor to it. And I will tell you this. I don't think I've ever because I never smoked the Aladino shade. I made you smoke it on the show. I never got to. I don't think there was ever a Connecticut that I was super complimentary of. So Pittsburgh, it's really dry and it's like winter time. And the end of my wrapper is a very delicate wrapper, has split to no fault of the cigar
it's
at all.
Pittsburgh.
Transportation, dry weather, climate acclimations.
I did not dry box this time.
I'm still
not dry boxing for the winter.
Thoroughly enjoying this cigar, which again, Mo, you don't know how complimentary that is because I'm not super complimentary of anything that we smoke, and let alone shade. This is like very, very, very good. This is something that I would consider like if I was going to put a Connecticut shade in my wheelhouse, this is very much what I would do.
I mean, what did I tell you whenever we were talking about this cigar? You're like, oh, a Connecticut, yay. And I was like, dude, this is my Connecticut now. Like, dude, it's got I'd been describing it as it's a medium strength, but it's a full flavor.
Yeah.
Like it's there.
I don't even know if it's necessarily medium strength, but it is like very bodied, man.
Yeah.
Like it is round. It is not one note. It does not dry my palate like a lot of Connecticut's do. My palate is moist and happy and like fucking not like cotton mouthed.
Yeah.
Which I think is maybe even something that's not a characteristic of the cigar itself, but how much you're enjoying it, like how much are you salivating. This is nice. And again, Mo, you don't know how complimentary it is, but it's a fucking honor. You could put that in there with your fucking top 25 on Cigar Aficionado for sure.
Oh, don't worry, you'll never see Patina on there.
Oh yeah. You're not an advertiser. You're not Cuban, and the cigar hasn't been around for 50 fucking years. So
surprise! I saw their new list come out, and I was just laughing.
I don't even look.
I mean, because it gets posted on everybody's.
You have to know because you've got to carry a couple of those because people will ask just because of that fucking publication. But I give zero credence to that list in any way.
Look, if you enjoy what they list on there and if they hit your palate and you agree with everything on their list, awesome. But that's a couple people creating that list and who knows what they like.
Well, they like the people that give them money.
I'm not going to
is the
make that
first
accusation.
qualification. I mean, it's evident. It's evidentiary. Or I'm making up words. That's okay.
Evidentiary.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. All right.
I mean, that's a
goddamn
good
shit.
one though. That's a. I feel like I'm gonna start. Like, let's make it a thing, Mo. Let's make evidentiary.
Oh yeah, I'm down with that. Every time somebody says it, I get a piece of that pie.
Ching.
Right?
I don't think it works that way.
Yeah, I know. I like how you do the cha-ching just in case he didn't hear the cha-ching because
I
he
did.
probably can't.
Yeah, I did.
So like, good on you. He's
Right.
picking up the slack.
I'm trying.
He's trying to keep you in the loop, Mo.
Yeah.
In case you haven't noticed, first of all, don't let me talk over you the whole fucking show.
I
'cause
made
we
that
wanna
clear
hear you.
already.
But like, we are very, very much not like structured and shit.
Yeah. Well, I just want to make a quick point. For retailers, Cigar Aficionados magazine is extremely important. That list, basically the top 3 you need to carry in your store.
Yep.
It drives
Right.
sales.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Speaking of Oklahoma, have you guys watched Tulsa King yet?
No,
No, but I'm
but-
interested.
bunch of people have told me it's awesome. My buddy was describing it. It sounds
Gentlemen.
great.
I highly suggest it.
It's Sylvester Stallone, right? Mob boss gets out of
Yeah.
jail.
Yeah.
His reward is he gets Tulsa.
Good delivery.
oh.
I've been to Tulsa. I know what a reward that is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
actually
in one of the scenes, I literally could see where I used to live. So it was
Oh,
like pretty
yeah,
cool,
fuck
man.
yeah, dude. like actually
Yeah.
full credit to Oklahoma. Of all the places that I've traveled for the oil field, Oklahoma had like the tightest grouping of cigar shops that I could go to more than just one. Like typically
Per
anywhere they
capita,
sent-
it's pretty insane.
it's pretty good, dude. Like most of the places that they sent me to during that era of my life was like, yeah, you can go to a cigar store if you're down with driving an hour and 45
Right.
minutes.
North Dakota blows.
But like Oklahoma City and Tulsa, and I think I misspoke earlier and said Oklahoma City because I went through Tulsa
Yeah.
Airport that time. But
You know what you meant.
all of that, like in that area, there's like a pretty tight, like Pittsburgh almost level
Yeah.
of cigar shops, and it was awesome.
yeah, that's cool. Ryan Seneca said,
Are you guys able to do alcohol with cigars in Pittsburgh?
so you can if you have the money for a liquor license. But we're doing BYOB, which is why being next to the liquor store
Right.
and the beer distributor is such a big thing for me. You want it, walk next door and get it. So
Right.
that's gonna be a big part of it. Ryan Seneca put it in the comments. He said he doesn't do many Connecticut's, but the way that we're hyping this up, he's about to order one of the Connecticut's, Habano and Maduro. I got them
There
all
you
in
go.
stock, bud. Just let me know when.
Yeah, hell yeah. So
Awesome.
Mo,
Thank you.
you go ahead and send me my piece of that however you want to.
Yeah. Do you take Dogecoin?
yeah, all right, yeah.
You
Shit.
do Dogecoin?
0.32 cents.
Yeah. Were you? Yeah. Maybe we'll do it through FTX.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna do FTX? Is that the one that just dude? That whole thing is crazy.
Right.
I don't know.
So it's a cryptocurrency.
Sure,
and
I gathered that much.
the dude just stole everybody's money.
Okay.
And I'm very much summarizing, but he stole a ton of money, and now he's being prosecuted, and that coin is gone now. But
You sounded like a
Finally.
role model up till the prosecution.
oh, dude, he's. But now, did you see they're going after his girlfriend? Did you Mo? Did you see that?
What's that?
They're going after the girlfriend now.
Really?
Apparently-
Was she complicit?
It looks that way. Who knows if it's just media or not? but
Who
it
cares
looks
if she's complicit? Is she explicit?
with as much money as she has, if what they're saying is true, she's anything she wants to be.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, it looks like I think they said they think she got upwards of $6 billion, like that she funneled out. Oh yeah,
Wow.
well, dude was like, what was it, 47 billion? I think that went through him.
So he's like Dr. Evil. He's like $1 gajillion.
Yeah, dude, it was stupid money. Do you remember what the numbers were? I don't.
It was in the billion, 6 billion, I think.
Okay, so maybe he was 6 billion, but she's like,
Yeah.
then she was like 2 or 3, because I think it was a total of 21 billion that's missing.
Yeah, guys, if you're going to scam people out of their money, try to keep it to less than the U.S. government does.
Right.
To stay off the radar.
Well, no, the best
Yeah.
thing was, I mean, what was
Well,
that?
Corey's got that much in his couch cushion, so
Just stuffing it away.
I've got like,
Yeah.
16 billion Cheeto crumbs.
But but I think FTX at its height was what, 175 a share, I think, at its height.
holy cow.
So but I mean, he did most of his theft when it was at like 24.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I only had a little bit of luck with like Litecoin and shit like that. That's all I got.
It was
into.
not an Office Space level thing then, or maybe it was supposed to be. Like we're going to
supposed to
steal
be
1 cent per
microtransactions,
transaction.
But there's a lot of transactions.
Like what happened?
Dude, that whole crypto world is just, I don't comprehend it enough to play aggressively.
So while he's adjusting his earphones and trying to get himself leveled out, I'm going to go ahead here and assume my wife isn't watching because she's at the store. And I'm going to do a little Christmas spoiler. So have you ever been to an Ollie's?
Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't. I went into an Ollie's for the first time. And like I was talking about it with somebody at work, and I was like, the only way that I can explain it is like if Big Lots was post-apocalyptic, and they're like, yeah, it's a pretty accurate representation.
Pretty close,
right?
yeah.
I walked the entire store, looked at every product. The only thing they had was the one thing they had that I was interested in at all. It was the board game section. It is a card game based on the movie Office Space. And it's designed to be played in the office. So there's a card that says like you have to go steal the stapler from a coworker's desk without them noticing while they're sitting at the desk. And then there's like a card that says tell a coworker that the manager has called them into the office. If they get out of their chair and start walking, present them with his card. Oh. And I'm like, that sounds like fucking fun. If I worked in like a legit office, I'd be playing the shit out of it. So it was like $6. I'm like, fuck.
Do you still work in the oil industry?
I do not. There are things happening, and I don't know what.
That update was loading and it screwed it all up.
Though. Okay. So hopefully we're still bueno, maybe. Yeah. Although we shouldn't be processing audio through that at all. But anyway, hopefully we're cool. No, that was the last 10 years of my life up until January. I now work in a steel mill, so I am 100% the stereotypical Pittsburgh resident. I'm a Yankee. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I have a beer that I just tried today for the first time. It's called Mexican Cocoa Death.
Okay.
Now I generally don't like beers that have vanilla in them. I like a sip of them, but after that I'm good. But this one's like cocoa, allspice, vanilla, cinnamon. Like it's got this whole gamut. I can't wait to try one with this.
It kind of sounds like they ran that name through like a random name generator on the internet.
The only reason I grabbed it, dude, the marketing got me. Like the can was pretty, and I was like, well, that's happening. Like I'm gonna do it. So if you see it, you want to give that a shot. Ryan Seneca said, Corey, if you work for USS, I have a story for you.
I will not disclose my current employer on the radio or internet, whatever the fuck this is. I don't know. But if you want to direct message me, I'm happy to partake in any gossip you may have.
When a paramedic calls you and says that's a whole nother level, though.
Yeah. And I can't speak to this USS, whoever they are, but we use internal paramedics, so there shouldn't even be a reason for externals. So hopefully there's not a connection there. I don't know. But I did do a white elephant party today for work. Are you familiar with that type of party there, Mo?
I've heard of an elephant walk. I don't know if I'm not as...
You get partial credits or half a star for you.
Thank you.
Now, white elephant parties where you do like the gift exchange. Everybody agrees to a certain amount. You bring them, then they pick an order at random, and like so people can steal your shit. And so like the rules were if the gift that you brought gets stolen 3 times, first of all, it's no longer stealable anymore. But then anybody that qualifies for that, for the present that you brought with you, qualifies to get entered to like a drawing for cash at the end.
Oh, cool.
And I won no cash, I'm sorry to say. Oh. But my gift did get stolen 3 times.
Oh, you almost got it.
So yeah, I did a 4-pack of cigars, a Herfador, and a cutter and lighter.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And that shit bounced around pretty good. I had my thing stolen a couple of times. My first one was a bottle of Angel's Envy. I actually stole that from somebody else. Yeah. And someone stole it from me. Then I got a basket of Ceres, like a big fucking basket of Ceres chocolate. I was like, that's like $150 worth of chocolate.
Yeah.
And then my coworker stole that shit from me. And then I got a set of grill tools and a $20 gift card to the grocery store. And I'm like, oh yeah, grill tools. I've got like 750 sets of this. Cool. Yay. But then another dude got a Lego set and I traded him for the Lego.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you got some Lego.
And that's it.
Yeah. Are you a Lego guy, Mo?
I mean, when I was younger,
You lost your inner child, sir.
I
I
was
still
young.
love them.
Fuck yeah.
You just don't have time to play with them.
I mean, wait, do you guys still do that stuff?
We have children,
I
so we
don't.
can
Oh,
justify.
yeah. What's that?
Have you not hit that point yet where you're
No, we're not-
justifying playing with Legos
No,
by
not
having your
yet.
children? Oh, that's the best.
Hey, hang on a second. What's that?
You do your thing. He's conferring
Who
with
did?
his people.
Oh,
So he just gave us cash.
thanks.
That's pretty good cash.
Thanks, bro. I was-
Don't be shy.
Thank you.
Hop into the shot. You know. Let us. see.
Sorry, no, I bought dinner for the guys who work at the shop. So I'm hanging out at one of my retailers. So
There you go. Well, if we didn't sell the cigar good enough already, nice guy buying food for the people
yeah.
working hard. Buy enough
Hey,
cigars that he can afford to pay for whatever meal he just paid.
Hey man, let me tell you something. The success of the cigar will only go as far as the guys who sell it every day, the guys who carry it in their shops, will push it. We are, as a boutique brand, you're fighting an uphill battle every single day. And the relationships are the one thing that we could have that could separate us in humidors, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
By cultivating good relationships with people, respecting people, being honest in the way we conduct ourselves. That's kind of how I look at everything. And to some people, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Well, I think
And
you're
to
doing
others-
it right because I mean,
and
if you
to
ask,
others, it does. And to be honest with you guys, for the guys that it doesn't matter, I probably don't want to do business with them anyway.
yeah,
And
fuck
for the
it.
guys that appreciate it, those are the dudes you want to ride with, you know?
Hell
I had a
yeah,
really good conversation today with Ian from Dapper Cigars, and I don't know if you guys have smoked Dapper or know Ian.
No, I've not heard of them either.
But Ian, his cigars are made at Noxa too. And we just, man, we were just talking about how we see like the next year or so playing out. And it was just a really good conversation, man. And a lot of us smaller brands kind of face a lot of the same stuff. So
that's cool, man. Well, I tell you what, if you talk to anybody that's in like a really long-lasting, healthy relationship, I am sure they'll tell you that staying well-fed was a key part of that relationship. And
Yeah,
for me
absolutely.
personally, it was always the guys out on the job sites that brought us food
Yeah.
were the people that we
Mhm.
hung close with. So, yeah, I would say that you're doing the right thing, the smart thing. Yeah, for sure. You're going to be stealing
man, for
stealing
sure.
billions
No, yeah,
in no
I mean-
time.
I would normally never even mention it, but he came in while we were doing this. So
No, you're good.
I don't want you guys to think I was disrespecting your time. So
Your standards
It's-
are way too high.
It's so cute that he thinks our time is
Like we spent
respectable.
20 minutes troubleshooting the feed.
Standards.
Thinking
Although, in all fairness, I mean, it was his fault.
yeah, but we never like that occurred to us last.
Wow, it's
Well,
because
that's how
usually it is our fault.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like normally one of us fucked up and then I get blamed for
So
it.
wait a minute. Do you guys like live together? How did you guys become friends? How did you? Because believe it or not, that's how Drew and I, who did Sultans of Smoke, that's how we met. Was the gym.
The gym.
Neither of us are going to be found at a gym.
No.
I can tell you that.
Island gym.
Like I might stop by at 5 a.m. to like run a little bit because I'm pissed off, but that's about it.
That's how different we are.
Other than that,
That is the least likely time that I would ever be found at a gym.
Yeah.
Maybe if I was concerned that my pizza got delivered to the wrong address.
no, Corey posted on Facebook that he was looking for someone to do a podcast with, basically, and a couple people had
Mhm.
told me, "Been like, hey, you should just call him, like, see what's going on." So we met up. We hung out for about an hour and a half, I think, and
If that.
we did the first show, and we just keep coming back and doing it again and again.
Yeah,
We've only known each
Hell
other
yeah.
for what 10 months, 11 months now.
Yeah, like we started
no.
this show in January.
Yeah, we're
so
pretty close to the year mark because
This would be about 11. Yeah, about 11 months. So
Yeah.
let me be here.
But yeah, that's it, man. That's our entire origin story. We met via Facebook.
You can literally
There
watch.
are worse platforms to meet through.
You can watch the entire development of our relationship via our podcast. So, like, if you listen to every episode, Like, you know everything there is to know.
Yeah,
Is it?
That's pretty much it. Like, if you want to know where we stand as far as how we know each other and all that, just follow us through. You're up to date.
Yeah, everything that isn't recorded and documented on this show is like 3 45-second long phone calls during the week.
Yeah,
That's
about
like,
it.
hey, do you remember the cigars? Hey, what size is the cigar? And hey, what cigar are we smoking again? That's pretty much the basis.
It usually starts with either "Holy shit, you answered," or "Huh, he called me back."
Or I know that's not true. There's other options. There's, hey, I can't really talk right now.
Yeah,
that's one of them. And okay, that's pretty much.
I was gonna say
That's
that's
all.
the usual one, right? Like, it's usually like, dude, I got 1 minute. What? But
usually all I need.
but you're a blessing on the phone because he's the fastest at hanging up ever. Like, it's
Oh, the
scary,
best.
dude. I'll be like,
Hold on a second. What's the worst? When you text somebody and they call you.
see, it depends on the text. I have a 3 text rule. 3 texts. If we can't settle it, just fucking call me. Let's take 2 minutes and be done with this.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of different things there with people, especially in this era. I'm like very old school. I prefer to talk on the phone, but it's mostly because of the fact that I barely can control my mouth and like the inflection in which I speak. But if I send you a text message, it is so ambiguous. Like the number of fucking arguments that you can have with a spouse because of the inflection that they read your text message in. I just want to avoid that shit. So for me personally, I just want to be able to really convey to you what I mean.
Yeah.
And then, take my licking for fucking it up that way later. But
I'll give you an example of what I mean. You text one of your buddies, you say, hey man, quick question, whatever. Or it's like you text somebody something and then they take it as a green light to call you when it wasn't anything that necessarily necessitated a phone call.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if it can be answered quickly via text, let's do that. Especially, especially if you're in a hurry and you need to get a hold of me, send me a text and then call me shortly afterwards. And like that moves you up on the list. But I have a message in my phone that's been like on my notifications for 3 days. Like, I need to answer it, but it's low on the list. But every day I open it up and I look at it. Like, okay, I still need to do this, but not right now.
okay, to be fair, I am the guy you dislike. But that is mostly because I cannot answer a text message with a simple fucking the explanation that I have to give you.
You're not a good speller?
Well, no, it's not that. It's just going to take me fucking 10 times longer to write it than it would be to say it. I've got a lot to say. I could say it in a short period of time, but it's going to take me 15 minutes to type it out via text message and then look back.
What about doing just a voice note?
Yeah, that shit doesn't work well enough.
I'm all about the.
I will occasionally, but the problem is like it still will fuck up the shit that I say.
Yeah,
and it's like, come on, man. Like I'll actually message him like, bro, just answer the fucking phone. Yeah. And he'll be like, hey, what's up? I'm like, yo, man, I seen this thing on Marketplace. Just fucking look at it. You need to look at it right now. Boom. And I'll hang up the phone because it's like, you don't want to pass this shit up. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You could just send me the link.
I did. And you didn't look at it until I called you.
I mean, there's that.
Yeah. That's all. It was in your interest.
But what did I say? The fastest way is to send me a text and then give me a call.
But did you buy it?
I don't remember which.
The 7 foot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you missed out on a conference table the one time you didn't. So
I'm debating. So my buddy I picked up my pinball machine today.
He's a wizard.
So I got my pinball machine for the shop. Debating on picking up a couple more. But he's got it's like a coffee table that is a pinball machine.
Are you going to put those in the shop?
Fuck yeah, I'm putting them in the shop. Free to play too.
Hell yeah.
Dude, pinball's fun.
Hell yeah.
Open the door.
Dude, I've never seen a pinball machine in a cigar shop.
So, pinball wizard aside, that was one of the things that I failed to be able to jump in on earlier. That is maybe the thing that I
no
liked.
one's done an arcade cigar shop.
It's happening here in Pittsburgh.
He's working on it. There's only so much real estate.
Dude, that is badass.
Yeah, we're gonna put a projector and video.
I would never leave.
Yeah, projector, video games, dartboard, and then pinball, and then if I can squeeze some other stuff in there. Originally, I was going to do a chess table, but I haven't figured out where I'm going to put it yet.
Glory holes.
Yeah,
all the good stuff.
Yeah,
yeah, hell yeah, it's good.
I just want it to be a place you go to.
Are you
hang
going
out
to put a couch in there?
Oh yeah,
I mean, I might put one or two places to sit, but mostly it's fucking standing room only, bitch.
Yeah.
just bend
Oh,
over.
okay.
the
I thought
pool
that you were
table.
going to interview people for the job.
Oh, that's what he did there. No, but what I
Dude, he
loved
said he
about
knows you.
what I loved about Sultans of Smoke was it gave me an excuse to sing that fucking song. Every time I hear that, I just think the Sultans of Smoke, and then I go into a 15-minute air guitar solo.
Was that like a thing? I never.
Yeah,
You don't know
casting
the
couch chorus.
Sultans of Swing?
Yeah, I know that part. I'm saying I didn't know if it was actually part of his show or not.
Oh, he never heard that before. That's why I was telling him. So
Oh,
he
okay.
knows. Now he knows. Casting couch? No, we have the casting office chairs in the garage. Tall people need not apply. You'll hit your head on shit. But as long as you don't unplug the entire
Yeah, like some
podcast
Wednesday.
studio while we record, it's all good.
Mickey Peg did that to us on Wednesday.
It's a large man, by the way. Mickey
he's-
Peg, if you've never met him.
Too big for this garage.
Yeah. We might have to, if he comes again, you're going to be
Yeah, I'm
demoted
gonna
to
have to
that
go
side
over
of the
there.
table. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Who's that?
Mickey Peg, All Saints Cigars.
Oh, he's a big dude. Yeah.
Yeah, he told me to tell you he said hello, by the way. So we told him you were coming on. He's like, oh, fucking tell Mo I said hi.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, he's a cool dude. Yeah, my cousin used to work for him when he was at CAO back in the day.
Oh, wow.
If I didn't have to go to bed, that would have been a 5.5 hour episode.
Oh, of just Mickey. I mean, dude,
He's got. I mean, he's been in the business forever.
yeah. Yeah, he took some time off, but he came back and it showed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, his cigars are good too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Mickey's like, if you want to like get information, like real information, dirt, he's probably a terrible person to have on the show. But if you're like us and you just want to talk about like farts and stupid shit, he's awesome because you just say anything and that man will run for an hour.
Yeah.
You don't have to say anything else. Like he's a great guest. However, I like your style because you pick up and you got like a give and take.
You have to.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's life, man.
Yeah, dude,
I
but with Mickey, it was just like, hey, let me stop you there. Let's go back to like talking about dogs because I don't know where the fuck you got off on whatever you were talking about. But,
Yeah.
like he was gone a couple times, and we're like, oh,
really fast and really loud, and would just step on you, which is cool, man. Because like nobody's here to like they were on that show to listen to him, not us.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I envy about you is there've been a few situations where we've had multiple guests here in the studio, garage, and when that happens, I find myself having a hard time being in the flow of the conversation.
Oh,
right. Like I talk well, no problem. I could sit here and talk all fucking day. However, I'll try to say something every time I open my mouth. It's like and then because I don't catch the natural ebb and flow of a conversation. And so I'm trying to jump in at a non-natural point where every time he opens his mouth, he gets out what he has to say because he recognizes that that's a point to talk. And I just don't know. So I talk all the time.
Corey, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but those are called basic social skills.
Oh, yeah. He does know me.
He said he knows
He
you,
does
man.
know. He
Like,
really does.
He's got you. He's got your fucking number, bro.
Is there a third camera in this garage? Somebody's been fucking watching.
Why don't we knock out the news?
Yeah, we could do that.
I'm gonna grab us some other cigars because we wasted too much of our cigars beforehand.
Do you have any more of these ones?
I do not. I did not bring any more.
Well, fucking, you're not an ambassador of the brand, I suppose. No, it's all right.
I wasn't planning on doing like a stack of
I have to have this one anyway. So just,
all right, fair enough.
Now this
what's up next?
I've got my advent calendar to get through. So this is day 16
I
of
can
the
help you with that if you
Tatuaje.
want.
No, I'm caught up.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah. This is the tramp stamp. Very appropriate, I would say.
Oh, the surrogates?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yes, it is. So yes, it's day 16 of the Tatuajes. I've been enjoying it pretty well. I like this size. It's been really nice to be able to knock out very easily. But yeah,
I think that Tatuaje is, it's funny, man. Like before I came out with my Sumatra, like that was like Pete Johnson with that wrapper.
Yep.
Is unreal. I used all of his cigars as a benchmark. His Sumatra cigars, like You just got to respect, man, what people do. There are some really, really cool, really good guys that are really, really talented.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I before Patina, even, Tatuaje is still one of the brands that I smoke today. I still smoke that.
That's he likes to give me shit for being a fanboy of Pete Johnson stuff, but he's got something for everybody. He's got a bazillion cigars.
Oh yeah.
Sam was picking the cigars for the show. Our first 7 shows, we did like 5 fucking Tatuajes.
We did 2 in the first 7.
5 of them, 3 Estebans.
All of Stolen Thrones. We did the whole lineup of Stolen Thrones.
We have a tendency to repeat ourselves. So I am going to go ahead and play another commercial that you won't be able to hear, but this time the visual aid of Sam playing with his sausage will let you know when we're done. But we are going to go ahead and talk about the news for the week. It's time for the cigar news, brought to you by Tom's Penworks. As a cigar smoker, you appreciate luxury. And as a premium cigar smoker, you appreciate handmade craftsmanship. And as a customer of Tom's Penworks, you'll appreciate the selection of custom-made, limited production items that you can show off to your friends. From handmade pens, pencils, bottle openers, cigar cases, and now custom rings, Tom will create something special for you or your loved one. Find him on the web at etsy.com/shop/Tom's Penworks. And as always, you can find the link in the description for this episode. Okay.
I love it. He was like, fuck this shit. I'm out. I want tacos.
Mo's on a constitutional, which is good. It's fine. We're going to talk about...
I'm good.
But he's on a hot mic. I love it.
Don't worry about it.
It's very, very hot.
I know. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
He's like, no. Get your fucking tacos.
Right. It seems to have calmed down a little bit.
Oh, man.
So the most important news that I'm worried about is Mo's Tacos.
Yeah.
Mo. Uh-oh.
What'd
I do?
We need
what's that? No, that was what. Okay, so one of the customers jumped in with them to get dinner, not knowing that I was getting it for them. So he came to give me cash, and I was just like, dude,
enjoy your tacos, brother. No, that's cool though.
Yeah, all right, whatever. Yeah.
No, I do have to say you're the first guest we've ever had that just got up and was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck it, I'm out.
He's not the first to think about it, I'm sure.
No, you just got mid commercial, you were just up and gone. It was like, oh, so
yeah,
there's that.
Yeah, it
was the right time
Did we
for
say
it.
something?
No, it was good because it was one of the most.
I'm going fucking blind from the top of Corey's head.
It happens. Oh, you're my favorite already. No, the best part was I got a genuinely good 15-second laugh out of Sam because I look over and you just were gone. And I was like, oh, bye. I waved. And Sam's just like, what the fuck? Dying.
Damn, it's high school all over again.
Yeah, except for you're not a female.
Right. And she's not laughing and you're not naked.
Wow.
Depends what I'm identifying with.
I mean, the evening is young. Let's put it that way. First bit on the news, Warped Cigars has announced that this month it'll be releasing the Don Ronaldo 70th. The Don Ronaldo is a small batch brand in Warped portfolio that is produced out of the El Titan de Bronze in Miami, Florida. It was a brand created by Warped Cigars owner Kyle Gellis to pay tribute to his father, Ronald. On December 17th, Gellis' father turned 70, and the Don Ronaldo 70th, I don't know why I decided to do it with that one. It was just why not. We'll pay homage to that milestone.
Homage.
The 70th uses the Dominican Corojo wrapper over Nicaraguan binder and fillers from the Nicaragua and Dominican Republic. 70th comes in one size, 6.5 by 48 Bellicoso, and a total of 1,000 10-count boxes were produced for this run. Each of the boxes will be individually numbered. Very important. Very important. Worthless if you don't number them.
Right.
Number 2, Quality Importers Trading Company has announced that the launch of 2 Paleo branded gift sets meant to coincide with the holiday season. Both sets feature a Paleo Vesuvio triple torch lighter in green. One gift set features a Paleo straight cut lighter in black, and the other features a gray cutter. I thought I was going to say V cutter. I mean, that would have made more sense, but why not a gray one? Both sets retail for 35 simoleons. So that doesn't quite put you on par with the Vertigo set that I am so fond of for 15, which is less than 50% if you math that out. However, I do know some people that are hugely loyal to that Paleo straight cut, had them things for a decade. So keep your eyes out. Altadis USA has announced a 4th regular production size of the Henry Clay Warhawk line in the form of a 7x56 large Churchill Vitola. That is just one sentence.
Are you a fan of them, of the Henry Clays?
Yeah, I like the Warhawk. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. And I like the
was
Henry
not a-
Clay stock cut as well.
I wasn't a big
No, those are actually like some of the cigars that if you walk into like a tobacco shop that is 95% vape, but they have a humidor.
yeah.
If there's a Henry Clay in there, I'll grab that motherfucker every time because it's
Fair
probably the
enough.
best thing in the humidor for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only kept that one sentence in there because the rest of it was BS. And I was like, I don't feel like reading that shit.
Fair enough.
CAO announces the Amazon Basin Extra Anejo. The features of the Amazon Basin cigars that were rolled in 2021 and aged for an additional 2 years. Extra Anejo means extra aged, and the Amazon Basin Extra Anejo was aged in a room lined with Spanish cedar, as they are. I don't know why that's fucking
No, they're
noteworthy.
They're not all aged in cedar.
Yeah, fair. Okay, then. Fucking,
Some
I guess it's appropriate. Fuck me then.
I know there's one that his is just a block building. Like it's just fucking cinder block and they stack that shit up.
According to General, as the tobaccos aged, some of the cigar's nuances mellowed and other notes became more pronounced, which is another way of saying absolutely fucking nothing. And that's the news.
Perfect.
I like this guy. He picks on me, he laughs at my jokes. We're
Yeah.
going to be friends, I think.
I like him. I like him a lot.
Court, listen. Sometimes you meet people in life that say what you would like to say but can't.
I am filter free since 1985. It doesn't rhyme. I was, if I was born in 83, it would be way better. But yeah, what are you going to do?
Lie, you're bald enough. You could claim 83.
Thank you.
Just saying.
I usually get the other way around. People have a general tendency to think that I'm younger than I am, which is like fantastic. But I'm like, if I hadn't recently shaved and you could see my hairline, you would have went way the other direction.
So I shaved the beard off finally.
Good job.
Yep. I shaved the beard off finally. And my daughter the next day didn't say, like I expected, they're 5. So like I expect my kids to like react quickly.
All of them are 5.
Yeah.
They're triplets.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah. My wife's an overachiever. I gave her ingredients. She made triple batch.
A lot of sawdust. a lot of sawdust in that dough.
But my daughter comes up to me and she's like, Daddy, why'd you shave your beard? I said, it was itchy and I just wanted it gone. She goes, oh, I thought it was because all the gray hairs. You didn't want to look old anymore, and turns around and walks away. And I was like, damn it.
Damn.
She got me.
Shots fired.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have a button.
Yeah,
for that.
bro.
I need one though.
Yeah, but that's the fun part about having kids is just like, yeah, well, that happened.
Yeah. Also, what's the good of the buttons if he can't hear the buttons? It's kind of
not nearly as
disappointing
fun.
because there's so much good stuff to enjoy. But oh well. I'll keep it short this week. Go on.
Okay. I thought you were pushing a button to make it do something. I was like, wait, what are you doing?
No, I was contemplating and I chose against my better judgment and decided not to.
Okay.
And then I
It's
expected,
kind of nice of you.
yeah, well, I said I was going to keep it short and I expected the jokes to roll in afterward. And you just,
I would not know. I wasn't gonna. No, I would never make fun of you for being
Yeah,
short.
wouldn't do that. Bald's
Never.
okay.
Yeah, bald definitely.
Yeah.
Every chance I get.
So Mo, what's it like having cigars and being in Chicago and whatever the fuck you're doing?
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
I was just shifting focus.
How's Chicago?
Yeah, I was gonna try, but then I kind of enjoyed. You guys are like kind of having a nice moment there. I didn't want to interject.
It's like a Laurel and Hardy kind of thing, or a Abbott and Costello
Yeah.
just backslap. You know,
I like to think of us as the 2 old Muppets that are up in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, so
So
good.
yeah, man, it's funny. Like whenever people are like, oh yeah, where you from? And I'll be like, oh, Chicago. Like, oh man, is it dangerous there?
Dude, all I think is it's so fucking cold. That's all I think of as Chicago, and your airport sucks. And simultaneously,
Come on,
is
man.
awesome.
No, let me tell you something. If you travel a lot,
You're there.
Chicago is the best place to be.
That's what I'm saying. But like, it depends. If you're changing airlines, fuck Chicago.
No,
I actually could support literally everything that he just said and argue directly against what you said.
No, because if you know Chicago, if you know O'Hare,
Oh, no, but I don't.
but yeah, if you do, it's phenomenal.
Eh.
Because like they're a non-smoking airport, but you can find places where you're allowed to smoke in it.
As long as you stay
Yeah.
in the airport. So I flew to Chicago and then I took a train to somewhere, which meant that we had to walk a few blocks, which means that several of those people that I was traveling with ended up losing money. Not to like a robbery with a weapon, but just people preying on people with generosity in their heart to fucking be like, yeah, I'll give you fucking, I'll go get you
Where
change.
did you take a train to?
Boot camp for the Navy.
Boot
I don't like to
camp?
talk about it because I didn't make it through boot camp because of several physical and mental limitations.
I could see the mental part. What was wrong physically?
He really fucking knows you. I love it.
You are the second guest on this show that I am quickly deciding is going to be an honorary cigar junkie because you fit right the fuck in.
And he was also a small boutique.
No, so the mental part is not as on the nose as you'd think. I was diagnosed with PTSD when I was 15. Recruiter said not to disclose it. I also fucked up my knee like a year before I went in. I didn't know.
Wait, so you have PTSD?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
I mean, I was kind of trying to gloss over.
I would say
like I'm
probably
not here for a sob story. Like I had a rough childhood. That's all.
No, man, that's I can respect that. Now, did you grow up in Pittsburgh?
I did, yeah.
I mean, has he really grown up?
I don't know if that was necessarily the reason. I mean, it could have been a contributing factor. Our sports teams did well. Our baseball team fucking sucks. So that could be
but you're old enough to remember Barry Bonds.
Right. I do. I definitely am. Remember
when Jim Leland used to smoke cigarettes in the dugout?
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
Remember when Randy Jackson used to blow up pigeons on the field?
Yeah. That was awesome. Dude, that was fantastic.
But no,
those teams. Sorry, go ahead.
No. You are the guest. You trump every time you go.
No, I was going to say I remember those teams with Doug Drabeck and Andy Van Slyke and Barry Bonds and Sid. Was it Sid Bream?
I don't know.
No, he was on the Braves.
You caught me at Andy Van Slyke, and then I forgot the rest. Most of what I knew from the baseball cards because. Even with a good team, baseball is still the most boring sport to watch.
I still collect baseball cards actually.
Ryan Seneca says Sid Bream. He jumped right in there.
Oh yeah,
it's been quiet out there until you said Sid Bream. He's on top of that shit.
What's that?
One of our so in the Facebook Live. So this is live at the same time. So we put it out there. So for the first half hour, they didn't really have a good time to watch us. But since then, it's been entertaining. But Ryan, one of our regulars, said Sid Bream, which is another player for that time. But
he said it, and then and Ryan just confirmed that you were correct.
Okay,
validation.
And that's when Tim Wakefield, who ended up I think winning a World Series with the Red Sox. He started his career in Pittsburgh around that with that group of guys, I think, from what I remember. But they kept running into the Atlanta Braves. Sorry if I'm baseball nerding.
Yeah, you're losing me.
But you're good. Like my whole thing with Pittsburgh baseball is we are the only major league farm team. Like that is all all we are. As soon as they're like, I deserve this much salary, they're like, go ahead and get it.
Yeah, they don't even have to get to that.
They're like, you're cool. Like we're making money. We're selling tickets. We're not trying to win. We're just trying.
It doesn't even have to come to that point. As soon as they decide that it's more valuable to sell you than keep you, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So no, my interest is just much more strongly toward hockey, but that's okay. Just one.
Well, you guys have had Sid the Kid. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know you guys have had, and I mean. Sorry, I should have finished it with how many years, but
I thought you said
Ken Griffey. Yeah. He's, the Ken Griffey of hockey for, that like what Ken Griffey, I guess, was to Seattle before he went to Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's quickly becoming the Michael Jordan of hockey. Like, he's almost there, man. He's only got a couple stats
that
left.
Kobe arguments out there. But the thing is, like, Pittsburgh Penguins have had the best player in hockey since the year I was born, since we got Mario Lemieux. Because we had Mario Lemieux, and then when he was out or gone, we had Jaromir Jagr.
And
then Lemieux came back.
Yep.
And then we got Sidney Crosby. So it has literally been nonstop the entire duration of my life. We have had the best player of hockey in Pittsburgh.
Now you think he's better than Ovechkin?
Yeah, in terms of like a more round player, yeah. He's not a better scorer. Like Ovechkin's a better goal scorer than he is.
Yeah.
But you watch the highlight reels and tell me, like the shit that this guy's done.
No, he's incredible.
The way he can deflect a puck into the net from 90 degrees and 30 feet away is incredible.
Yeah.
The flying Superman fucking tap ins.
Well, and he's not afraid to, like, that's one thing. He's not selfish. He'll pass it off. Like I bet you if you took assists and goals versus Ovechkin, he's probably got him tracked.
Oh, points. Oh yeah.
He actually to me is more like LeBron than he is Jordan.
Lost me again.
LeBron James.
I know they're both good basketball players. They're probably both tall.
I
don't
know. The whole LeBron thing, like he's great. He's great.
All right then.
So Ryan, Patty Cakes is here.
Hey.
Patty, you were talking about old trading cards. If you want it, they got it. They've got so much just tchotchke. They do the booths at like Comic-Con and all that stuff. And my buddy said he stopped by. He's like, it's by far the largest collection of video game trading cards, unopened trading cards he's ever seen in his life. And he's a giant nerd too. So like for him to say that, that's impressive. And then Ryan Seneca said he attended an international training in Pittsburgh and met a guy from Switzerland. His goal while he was in Pittsburgh was to see Crosby play hockey. Took him to the game that week, and Sid scored it's a long. I don't know. It's a long. Scored a goal off the opening faceoff like 9 seconds into the game. Dude, I bet you he was ecstatic.
Oh yeah, dude. And that's the thing. Yeah. Have you watched hockey live? Have you been to a game? Yeah, like in person.
We were season ticket holders for the Blackhawks.
So like being from Pittsburgh, that was the event I attended more often than anything. So I didn't really recognize how it compared to other things. But like there would be all these guys from the oil field that I would meet are all generally from like Oklahoma and Texas and North Dakota. And they'd come into town and be like, yeah, like I can't really get into hockey, but they'd be telling the other new guys that know nothing. They're like, you have to go to a hockey game. It is the most intense live sporting event that you can go to. It blows everything away.
Never been
fucking far. Really?
Never been.
Especially the playoffs.
Me and you. We'll
I was supposed to go like 2 Saturdays ago, and something popped up.
Better hurry up before the show opens, or you're never going to make it.
I like that you don't even call it a shop anymore. Now it's a show.
Yeah,
now before the show opens. No, it's actually a fair way.
I pre-gamed.
Yeah, I'm for it. No, I do want to go. One of these days, I'll carve some time out for it, but. I mean,
playoff hockey's another level.
It really
That's awesome.
Oh, really?
It's faster. It's louder. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah.
And I got a couple buddies that have season tickets. I'm gonna have to just be like, hey, take me. Just like give me a shot here. No, I was like, wow, it was not loud enough. Normally it echoes through my mic. So, what took you to Oklahoma, and what brought you back?
So I went. That's when I started. Doing the commodity stuff. I worked for a grain company. They moved me to Tulsa, and then I moved back to Illinois at the time.
I can't picture anybody wanting to move to Illinois. I'm just thinking like
I was just thinking about the grain. Like, is that's got to be like the Illinois or Indiana equivalent of steel, I guess, for Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Like, what are you going to do? You work with grain.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean,
so when you left, to go into cigars, would you describe it as going against the grain?
Wow.
Ooh,
dude, that was so.
I'll give it to myself. You can't hear it, but there's crickets.
No, that was good.
You're not.
I don't know.
I'm not a cricket bro.
But dude, like, I mean, you could be like 45 minutes outside of Chicago, and you're in cornfield.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Midwest. It just happens to be like a giant city in that area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've driven all over that area. I don't know. Chicago, I've stayed out of simply because like it's fucking cold. Every time I travel through there, it's fucking cold. So I just roll past. It's like Indianapolis. I have no urge to actually stop in Indianapolis for anything.
Like, I've never been to Indianapolis.
They have a nice cigar bar.
That's
blend.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Nice. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah. I stopped there on the way to North Dakota a couple times.
North Dakota.
Oh fuck.
North Dakota, right?
If West Texas is America's asshole, which I swear it is, then North Dakota is the armpit.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck North Dakota. I'm sorry. I'm just going all out. Fuck that whole thing up there.
That was a smooth transition.
What?
Right into the out.
Oh yeah. Fuck it.
Fucking right into it.
Fuck it out.
I tell you one thing right now, Mo. You have to when you come to Pittsburgh, you have to clear out like fucking an hour of your day and come here and be on the show live.
No, we'll have him at the shop. And we'll
there's
do it
two
there.
things I need to do when I come to Pittsburgh. One, make sure to spend time with Sam. Two, avoid Corey like a fucking plague.
That's why you're invited.
He's afraid you'll get along too well.
Yeah, you absolutely have to come hit your head off of some shit in my garage because
absolutely, man. You know what's funny, man? We met Sam at the show, and it was through Chris, I think, right? He told you to make sure to talk to us.
Chris Weber.
And it was like, you know, man, I was like, yeah, bro. You know, I think you asked me, do I have any other retailers in Pittsburgh? And I was like, no, I've actually never been there.
You're missing out. There's a lot of them.
I can't wait to actually come out there, man. Once you get open, I would love to do something with you and get out there.
And this is one of the only retailers that you're going to find anywhere that's going to be like, yeah, hop in the car. I'll take you to the other cool retailers.
Fuck yeah, I'll take you to all the other shops, man.
You know, it's funny, Sam. You remind me a lot of, and I don't know if you know him, the gentleman who owns Smoke Manioc in Philadelphia.
No, I don't.
His name is Costa.
Oh yeah.
You guys are, similar. Like he's like that. Like when I first started, he was my second customer in the U.S. or third, and he literally drove me around to the other shops to meet other owners so they could he was just like, you and him are both like that. I get that vibe too. And like for Chris to introduce you guys like Pittsburgh area retailers as you came through the booth, I thought that was really cool of him too, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm telling you, when you come into town, we'll absolutely do that. We'll spend a day in the car and I'll drive you to each and every fucking shop. And I'll just be like, hey, meet this guy.
Can we, this sounds like a really late night for me. Can we coordinate this for a change to be on the weekend that I'm off? Because anytime that anybody comes here, it is always when I have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning the next day for work. I work every other Saturday. So if we could just coordinate around that, that would be great.
I feel like we should.
Okay, so
we could have fun with this.
So you work. Okay, so I'm just trying. So what's your role at the steel company?
I manage the sheet finish division. So essentially, what happens is it comes in as a slab to our plant, and we turn it into a coil of sheet metal, sheet steel. And in my department that I work in is basically where the final finish is put on the product before it's sent to the customer. Yep. Oh, it's super exciting. I mean, it can be like there's all kinds of shit breaking really all the time. Yeah, it's very interesting to see for the very first time, and it is actually better than my old career in so many ways. But the employees are just they're just not so motivated.
Yeah.
So
just leave it at that. It's better to just stop there because that's a rabbit hole that is trying to set you down.
Yeah, no. That is the best example of me using my internal filtration that you're ever going to see.
I didn't know you actually even had that.
Right? Impressive.
That was really cool.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah. Force is strong with me today. No, it's a good job. It's a great job. It's a great company. Yeah. But, if it wasn't tough, they wouldn't pay you well.
That's right.
It's a good way of putting it.
Right.
Although their job's not tough and they get paid more than I do. So I might have to reconsider that statement.
I've always found that amusing. Like the managers in anywhere I've ever worked always made less than the people working for them.
Yeah.
Like it's just always like that. Yeah. You can make a ton of money, but if you get promoted, it's not going to happen.
Right. Yeah. Your job's like my job is less physically demanding. Not by much, but it is less physically demanding. But chances of me dying in the next 5 years due to a stress-related condition are much higher. Right. Strokes or heart attacks are very, very likely in my future. But that's what I got cigars for.
Line of work, right? Yeah, therapy,
self-medicating.
Yeah.
So
nothing in the world brings people together like cigars.
No, it's a great equalizer.
It's incredible.
Cigars and lube. That's it.
Lube?
Yeah, why not?
Something fucking wrong with you, man.
That wouldn't be my top 5. I could see the argument for it.
I'm not
sure that's top 5.
Yeah, I didn't have enough time to think of a better option.
Well, now I want to hear your top 5.
Hey, let's go.
Come on, comedic value.
Oh, I don't have a top 5.
Porn? Is porn better than lube?
Not for bringing people together.
I guess
Porn's
lube is
definitely
more
something
for
that you're
older
like
people.
you're supposed to do porn by yourself mostly.
Yeah.
Like that's why it's there.
Yeah, porn is actually divisive because, especially if you're married, it can cause unrealistic expectations, or in a relationship.
Or if you're single, it can cause unrealistic
Yeah.
expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah. You train yourself to get off too fast.
Or really crusty socks. Like it can
That's
cause
true.
that too.
That's true. Yeah.
It's been known, but that doesn't matter. Like
Porn
Gina-
actually is pretty dangerous.
yeah,
People don't realize it.
Gina. Gina.
Oh, baby.
Back at that one. Huh?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Sorry,
I don't
call
know.
back.
See, I would
why.
say some people might argue alcohol is bringing people together, like a bar or something like that. But I would argue that I could see why somebody could argue for it, but it's also very divisive too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more likely to bring you into a physical altercation
Yeah.
with somebody.
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
every altercation that I've publicly been involved or experienced has definitely had alcohol involved.
Does that include the
Mhm.
wall that you were in an altercation with the other day?
Fuck off.
What happened?
I cut the end of my finger off.
What?
It's not off. He's a baby.
So, right, it looks like one of the Canadians from South Park. Like it just kind of pops open and closes.
like a
right now.
Pac-Man.
Yeah. Mucka, 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 mucka.
It's apparently
Yeah.
also the Cadbury bunny.
Yeah. So that happened about 5 minutes after finding out some not so great news about electrical code in the area and a lot of wasted time and money that I had to
Mhm.
undo and change in the shop. And because of that, and then immediately cutting my finger afterwards, I may or may not have tried my best to get out of the building via the wall instead of a door.
You
And
should have used the other hand. It was already messed up.
yeah, I'm already though. Like I went, yeah. But like
Surprise attack.
my buddy thought it was funny though. He's like, at least you like, because I did. I walked over to like the one corner that was like a wall that needed torn out still. It
That's so
like,
fucked up.
and
Even your
I-
destructive shit's
I-
constructive.
I picked it. No, I walked over. I looked at it. And I went, "Yep," and just went ape shit on it. And I'm like, well, this was a strong maturity builder for myself, showing I've really grown as an adult. But
Speaking of new terms, how about maturity builder?
Ooh.
That feels a little off on my tongue.
yeah, it's not as good as your what was it?
I don't know.
I already forgot your great word.
There's not a single thing that happens on this show that I fucking remember 5 seconds after it's over.
Ryan said it sounds like I
Solid.
need a medic on site.
Yeah, it would. Oh, it sounds like a volunteer.
I think he knows that I think I told the story about me falling off the ladder too. So I think that's where he's going. He's giving a call back. So yeah, I managed to fall off the ladder. That one was just an accident, but yeah, the hand was just stupid. That was dumb. Yeah, and then my daughter this morning, so I didn't see him when I got home, and she crawled up into bed and she's like, "Snuggle time." I'm like, "Yep." She grabs my hand and I went, "Ooh." She goes, "Oh, what's the matter?" I said, "Oh, Daddy cut his finger." And she goes, "Oh, let me see," and grabs it and pulls, and it just freaking tore right back
She was
open.
like,
And I was
hand
like,
it to me.
my wife just grabs her and walks out of the bedroom. She pops back in. She's like, "Why don't you go back to sleep for a little bit?" I was like, "That's a great fucking idea right now." Like, my daughter just ripped the end of my finger off. Yeah, I'm good. Like, let's not interact with children for the next half hour.
Well, better
Good
leave
advice.
this.
What's that?
You better get off the show then.
No, this is designated time. He's good.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no.
wait, children. Yeah.
Yeah,
It took me a minute.
He understood that
I
reference.
had to do the math.
It took him a while, but he got it. He got there. That's what matters.
Here, hold on. He can't play this.
That's gold, Jerry.
Good old Kramer.
See, that's one of the things. That's why you have to be here, because until I figure out how to make this shit all work, you're missing the best part of the show is my buttons.
Corey's favorite part of the show. I'm
It
not
is.
going to call it the best part
Your
of the show.
butt?
His buttons, his damn buttons, and his sound effects.
Oh, but
You don't know. You aren't hearing any of them because like
Well,
it's
he heard-
not
he heard the
filtering
crickets.
through Zoom. Did he? No, well, you're crickets.
Yeah,
he heard.
I mean that's the good crickets.
Okay.
It's like no, they don't sound like
You have
crickets,
fun with
man.
that. Yeah.
Oh, so,
No,
Good.
please do.
No, no.
I was just thinking about the fact that like this got into a very comfortable
that's what I was gonna
conversation.
say.
Yeah, look at us. We're on a page.
Yeah,
This page.
that page.
Let's talk about the events. You'll be happy to know that there's no button for this one. There's no commercial. You still feel free to get up and walk away if you want to. That offer stands for the entirety of the show. This week, actually tonight, December 16th, 7 p.m. already going. The retro video game night at the Smokestack Everything Tobacco. If you are in the Coriopolis region, get your asses out there. Retro video games, cigars, food, and fun. Come get your Mario on a Dave and Patty production. Tuesday, December 20th at Cigarro in Hubbard, Ohio. You got Merry Manhattans and Madoros. Mixologist and entertainer Jim Johnson provides bourbon tastings while preparing the best Manhattans. Cigarro provides the best Madoros,
that's a
and
big
you bring the fun.
Dude, the best Manhattan.
I don't know. I was just focused on the fact that Jim Johnson sounds like the name of a fucking serial killer, so you might want to be careful on that one.
Or a porn star.
Take a safety buddy. Saturday, January 7th at Superior Smoke Shop in the Trona Heights. The hometown guy, Jake Aretz. I don't know. Fuck him, why not? Alec Bradley Cigars takes over the Superior Smoke Shops in the Trona Humidor. Jake is bringing the deals. Jake is coming with the swag. Try the new double broadleaf by Alec Bradley. I feel like there needed to be another Jake in there. Jake is bringing the deals. Jake is coming with swag. Jake is taking your wife home. Got your attention.
Damn. Shit got dark quick.
All of a sudden, everyone's like, "You're trying to, huh?"
Okay, wait, what?
If you're in a bad relationship, call Jake.
He does counseling, but only for one half of the relationship. She'll feel better. You'll end it all.
You get lighter.
Yeah.
50%.
Yeah, right? It depends what state you're in. Yeah. So tell us a fun fact about Mo that you've never brought up on a podcast. It doesn't have to be.
That's hard for him because he had a podcast. So
this is true. So on a podcast, other than
I don't know, man.
Little fun. I mean, like Corey plays with Legos and himself. Like, what do you got?
Yeah, all right.
No,
jeez. Give me a minute to think about that.
I don't do them at the same time, if that helps.
I feel like you're gonna now though. Like you've never considered it, but
the problem is I don't own my own Legos. They're all my sons. Okay, so you're crossing from weird into thank you.
Now it's awkward.
Yeah, there we go.
So here's a funny story for you. I don't know if I've really ever mentioned this on a podcast. I've talked about it as I've sat with guys in cigar shops. Do you guys know who Scott Baio is?
Yeah.
Used to be on Happy Days. Charles in Charge, I think, was the name of his show, right?
Charles in charge of our days and our nights.
By the way, Corey,
is that really the song, or are you just making shit up?
Charles in charge of our wrongs and our rights.
Is that the real song?
I want Charles in charge of me. Have I ever not remembered a 1980s promotion?
Yeah,
of course it's the real.
So Scott Baio. So we're familiar.
Is that real?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's real?
Yeah.
That's really the song?
Yeah. Charles in charge.
Oh, okay. So we're in a cigar shop in California that, so he happened to be there. And so we sit down, he ends up staying. We thought he ended up hanging out with us for a good hour. So me, the broker, the shop owner, and a couple of their customers, including Scott. So about 10 minutes into the conversation, he goes out of nowhere. He goes, man. He goes, anyone ever tell you could be a fucking stunt double for Jimmy Kimmel?
Oh shit!
And I started laughing. And he goes, if he wasn't such a douchebag, I would call him right now and tell him I found your stunt double.
Wow! And he's just like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, pretty much. But and if you know those two, they're obviously on completely opposite ends of the political spectrum. So it wasn't shocking that he had said that, but I just thought it was funny.
I hate the fact that people like identify way too much with the political side of things. Like I don't give a shit what you care about politics wise. Like let's just smoke a cigar. Like that's one thing I'm not gonna let fly in the shop. Is just like, look, dude, politics, just keep it outside. Like you want to go out there and talk about it, go ahead. I don't want to have that in the shop.
Man, and it's funny you bring that up because Sam, when I managed the shop, I was the same way. I told guys, listen, talk about whatever you want, but you start getting into politics, it's just going to cause division in this place. And this is a place for people coming together and enjoying themselves, you know?
Right. And then, like, so you get one guy who's new to the shop and, you know, I don't know, pick a side, fucking Barney, right? Like, oh, I hate Barney. He did this, 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 and this in politics. Anyway, he's garbage, da 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 da.
Oh, not the dinosaur.
And you got one guy just sitting there, like, listening, just like, all right, well, I'm not coming back here because I love Barney. Like, you know, like that's bullshit. Like, you don't even realize like how toxic it is, guys. Like, just let it go. I'm not saying you're wrong or right. I don't care, but just let it be out of this place. Because, like, you know, a lot of shops will promote their political side of things, and like, good for you, man. Like, I like you're confident in it, and that's how you want to go. And but like, I don't want. I think. Jesus Christ! You could turn. Make it stop.
The sad thing is he can't even hear it still.
I know, so make it stop.
I don't know how.
Touch the screen. It's so loud. It's so loud.
What happened?
He put Charles in Charge theme song on, but he put it on at like volume 11, dude. Like he Megadeth the shit out of that.
Woo, Charles in Charge.
Whew. Yeah. Good luck fixing those levels. But no, I'm just a big like fan of like the neutrality of it all. Like, okay, you're into doing this, and that guy hates that. Who cares?
Right.
Like, there's a lot of people that I have no urge to ever meet because of like what they do in politics. But if they walk into the lounge, I'll treat them like my best friend. Like, this is not the place for that,
right?
At all.
And, you know, and then some people might argue, well, dude, I'm coming to the cigar shop to hang out. I can talk about whatever I want, this and that. And it's like, yeah, I get that. But if you know that something's going to cause division or an uncomfortable atmosphere for people, no, keep the shit to yourself.
Right. It just doesn't.
Go be a keyboard fucking warrior.
Right, dude. Really loud too.
I found a way.
It's actually really clear.
That girl's a perv.
Okay.
I bet.
Yeah, that's like
now that sounds nothing like what you were singing.
That was exactly.
Those are the words he was using.
I just didn't sing it like.
I mean, the words were the same.
Yeah,
but
hers sounds a whole lot more rapey though. Like, I want Charles in charge of me. Yeah.
Go back to mugging people at the bus station, Mo.
Jesus Christ.
He's from Chicago. It's true.
Oh, good. Yeah. Don't profile him at all.
Hey. I'm pretty sure he'd have laughed if he wasn't lighting a cigar. I think it's okay. If not, our warriors.
He's preparing his response, which is going to be like, and no more junkies.
And pants down. What?
He's like, I'm from Chicago, but you're the junkie.
Look, you're not going to get anywhere in life being sensitive. Right? That's for sure. Definitely not in the cigar industry.
Oh God!
If I had any feelings, they're gone now.
If
I had any self-esteem, it's gone now.
Yeah.
He got it from the military. I got it from the oil field. We're on the same page.
Yep.
Yeah.
The shit goes away real fast in the right setting.
Yeah. You got feelings? You're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
If you're not going to be able to work through. I mean, anytime you're going to challenge yourself, there's always going to be obstacles, and if like you get sensitive or timid about facing difficult situations or rejection or whatever, it's tough to really elevate.
Right. Fucking bring it on. Let's go.
Try being 5 foot tall and bald at 24. That shit'll desensitize you real fast.
He's like, yeah, I've heard it. Doesn't matter. I've heard it.
I was either going to get tough or hang from a rope. Wouldn't have had to be a long rope, but a rope nonetheless.
It's like what you were saying, like, you know, you gotta have thick skin. Like I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, why do we try? So we can fail. Why do we fail? So we can learn. Why do we learn? So we can do it better next time. Like that's it. Like that's the mantra in our house, because exactly that, like, shit's not gonna go right. It's gonna suck. So just keep trying it and keep fucking it up till you get it right.
Yeah. I've had similar experiences with my kids. My son was like, oh yeah, my buddy hit me at school today. And I'm like, you okay? Did it hurt? And he's like, nah, he isn't hit anywhere near as hard as you do. And I'm like, see, I'm preparing you for life, you know?
Yeah. I mean, some people call it abuse. Some people call it parenting.
Here's the thing. Like, So as a strict parent, my in-laws were always like, "Oh, you're too rough on them. You're too rough on them." But like my 3-year-old son would just walk up and sucker punch me in the gut. Like he wasn't afraid of me when he didn't need to be, right? And you know what the most rewarding thing is now is that the people that told me that now have other in-laws with children, and we hear about how wild those children are and like the complaints and shit. It's like, you didn't have that with my kids, do you? It's like half the time they be bitching at you because of how big of an asshole you are, and the other half are talking about how well behaved your kids are. It's like, that shit's not an accident. You gotta fucking whoop them.
Well, dude, like, so how old are your kids?
16 and 14.
Dude, they do not hesitate to come down and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they'll talk, and they're social, and like they're outgoing. Like teenagers aren't like that anymore. Like they just like keep to themselves normally.
I'd say like a year and a half ago, my daughter came up to me and said, "Thank you for being strict." I'm like,
"Wait, what?"
I wasn't expecting this talk for a while. Please do go on. And she's like, no. She's like, these other kids at school, like they're very clearly, their parents just did whatever they, all the time. And like, they're assholes. And thank you for making me not be an asshole. And I'm like, well, time will tell on that one, but I appreciate it.
Right. It's early.
So, just to make sure I'm clear, you have four blends, right? You got your Connecticut, your Sumatra, your Habano, and your Maduro, right?
Yeah.
And then you got a couple sizes of each. Which is your general go-to that you grab out of your line? What are you smoking right now? Let's just answer it that way.
I was smoking the Sumatra to start. Now I'm smoking the Maduro. I'll probably end with the Connecticut.
Which is
if I feel like doing 4, I'll do a Habano.
That's cool. You can follow up your other stuff with a Connecticut, though. Like a lot of people, if you don't have the Connecticut first, you're not tasting it.
Actually, I will tell you, with all 4 of them, you could smoke any of them at any time, and you'll be able to taste your next cigar perfectly.
Yeah, there's
that. Well, that's really the whole thought process behind the brand: flavor over power, and just clean finish. And ability to smoke another cigar after you finish the cigar. That's the goal with every blend.
Sounds like the opposite of my sex life.
The what?
Never mind. If you didn't hear it the first time, I'm going to say it.
The opposite of your sex life?
Yeah, that's right. It's not clean.
We're here to talk.
It's not clean.
We're trying to keep the conversation within realism. And,
yeah. It's not clean, and there's definitely not. It's not happening back to back. At least not these days.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm not coming to Pittsburgh. We're going to cross that off. Right
buzzer beater Corey. It was like 0.7 seconds.
He's got cameras in my fucking house. I'm scared. I'm terrified. You'll be happy to know at the Christmas party that I was at today, I walk in the door. The first thing I see sitting in the table of a large group of people from my office is fucking Jesus, one chip challenge chip in the middle of the fucking table.
Nice.
And they go, Corey, and I'm like, no
fucking way.
Fool me once.
We did that.
And then so somehow this thing gets passed to my table. And the guy turns around. He's like, come on, man, do it. And I was like, no, sir, there ain't no way. Like, you better at least pull $50 out at least.
Yeah.
And then he started fucking gathering money.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, please don't get to
not again.
So I'm like, I should have said 100,000.
Have you done the one chip challenge, Mo?
No.
It is it is a good time for everybody in the area around you. Somebody was like, oh man, that would definitely ruin the party. And I'm like, no, it'll ruin the rest of your day.
I don't understand. What is it?
It's a really fucking hot single potato chip.
So it's a Dorito, and it's coated in scorpion and Carolina Reaper peppers. Yeah. So a jalapeno is 7,000 Scoville units on the heat index. Mm-hmm. That chip is 2 million.
Yeah.
And this fucking jackass brought him on as a surprise. He's like, you're going to love this or you're going to hate it. Like, in what world am I going to love this?
And he's sitting here and he's like, fuck. So he starts texting his wife. He's like, hey, you should come down here. You want to see this? And I was like, tell her to bring milk. And he's like, yeah, definitely bring milk. Like, neither of us.
Don't tell him the whole story. We need all the YouTube views we can get.
Go watch it.
I cut it down to a manageable 7-minute clip on YouTube, so you could just hop off of here and watch the whole thing. You'll have a great time.
Yeah, I was not trying to be tough. It
Oh.
got hot and I went, I'm out.
Only time in my life I lasted longer than the guy sitting next to me.
Jesus Christ, dude. You just opening that up. Because he rode it. He was in the oil field. He rode in a lot of trucks. So like only time
I've held a
never mind.
cookie or two. I've been the anchor man.
It just means never mind. I'm not going.
No a wafer?
No, I'm just letting it go. I'm done. So where did you come up with patina? I'm just moving on. Moving on.
What's that?
Where did you come up with patina? Like I love the whole marketing thing. I love the rustic and the patina. Like
Yeah.
Just pedaling that bike.
Just like no matter what life throws at you, you know, you're still you underneath it all. So like your patina covers who you are kind of, but you're still you. It's like Statue of Liberty is still Statue of Liberty, even though
and
it's not actually that color. Right? It's actually copper.
So we don't need to give him any more recognition. Garofalo got enough attention on the last show, but he had a whole
Who?
David Garofalo.
Oh,
two guys.
You're familiar with his story that was associated with your cigar?
No. Oh, yeah. He told me. I was on the Cigar Authority podcast a few years ago.
It is a thing that like everybody hates the most about that show. Is like this long drawn out story. It's like a 20-minute story. Essentially, he had a coin, found out it was worth a lot of money, but he cleaned it up real good before he took it in and took all the patina off of it. Found out that it was worth more because of it, buried it to try to get it back, and forgot where he buried it and lost like a fucking really expensive coin. Now,
that's fucking great.
Yeah, it's a great story if you condense it to 15 seconds. When you stretch it over 15 minutes, it's like, really? That was the fucking payoff for this shit?
So there's this fucking coin that I had back in the day, and you know,
a little higher pitched.
Yeah, I can't get there, but we're fucking out. But he says cigar, and that's I can't listen to the show because of that word.
I'm sure our shit talking does not intimidate him with our dozen listeners compared to his, hundred and thousands or whatever.
It ain't about that. We're here for fun, anyways.
That's right.
That's why we do this. Talking out your ass again. So anyway, that's what Sultans was about, man. Actually, that whole thing started because I was moving and we just wanted to keep in touch, and that was the way we did it. Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool. So that was your connection.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you guys kill that podcast? Or are you still doing? You're not still doing it, are you?
We are. We took a 2-month hiatus because Drew just became a father, but we're gonna try to fire it back up.
Oh, that's really cool.
Doing it.
So when he says to stay in touch, like I believe it because we try to model our shit around like Cigar Lounge Talk, essentially, which is kind of, I'd say, where they are too, but it's like a much more casual conversation.
Yeah.
It's like, just turn the shit on and let's talk.
Yeah.
Whereas we try to keep ourselves from going too fucking far off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're probably still a little bit more extreme.
We have episodes of like an hour discussion about Marvel and Star Wars.
It's mostly
about what?
Marvel, like Marvel movies or Star Wars. Like we've birdwalked that way quite extensively.
I don't even know if that's fair. We've had in-depth conversations about Chris Hemsworth and Jeff Goldblum more so than the actual movies themselves.
Yeah, you definitely.
Can you give me the cliff notes on those?
They're attractive men.
Yeah, Corey has a thing for those. So who's the?
Look on his face.
I think the one we were both in a good place via chemically, and I think we were discussing who we thought the hottest male Avenger was. So that was nice.
Yeah.
I went with
it might be.
I went with Chris Evans. You went with Hemsworth.
Yeah. Well,
so there was that.
come on, dude. The scene in Thor when he's pulling the hammer out in the fucking rain. You'd be like, yeah, I'm a straight ass fucking dude. However, that's a very
beautiful. You really
man.
enjoy watching a man pull his hammer out, huh?
Well,
it's like a thing
when it's that heavy.
So Mo, who's the best looking Avenger? Since now I gotta ask, we brought it up.
I'm not sure who's considered an Avenger.
Have you seen not the movies? No.
I mean, I've seen a few of them, but I
that's good enough.
I mean,
I don't. All right. So how do I?
I don't know. Got him on the ropes.
At what point It was, but I just lost interest in them.
Yep.
It might have been after the first Captain America or second Captain America.
That's early.
Was really early.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's been a lot over the last few years.
Only 30 something.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It got to be too much.
He's dodging the question. Which man is prettiest?
Yeah. Who's the prettiest man?
It doesn't have to be an Avenger. Just give us an actor.
Yeah. Who's a pretty man?
You got to weigh in now.
Ryan Reynolds is always acceptable.
You a
as well.
Brad Pitt guy? Tom Cruise?
No, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I could see that. Yeah, him or Chris Evans, probably George Clooney.
Ryan Reynolds, I think you're just in it for the pillow talk.
I think he went with George Clooney because he's got the beard.
The salt and pepper?
He's rocking the salt and pepper.
No,
substance.
no,
Like,
no,
okay,
no.
All right.
That's my boy.
See, like, I feel like he's a guy that is somewhat normal.
Yeah.
Like, if that makes sense.
So you feel like
what you're actually describing is a man crush,
Yeah,
right? Like, who do you have a man crush on?
I think it's
What's
more
that?
like
In a
more
way,
or
yeah.
less when you look at him and you go, I'd look like that if I could. Like I'm not going to put the work in, but if I could just look like that, that'd be okay.
There you go. That's a good way of putting it. That's less awkward. If you could pick a male actor.
Yeah, it'd be like Chris Evans or The Rock, something like that.
Wow. Go. Where's little Corey?
He's up there.
Okay. Yeah. So we got
I ain't doing it.
little Corey up there.
You can show him.
No, I don't want to.
I'll end up pulling the whole fucking rig off the table. I don't feel like pulling a fucking.
Damn it. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I do not want to be the guy that pulls the Mickey peg.
You don't want to make you peg it?
Yeah, we do not need to get pegged on this episode,
I'll give it.
as it were. You're close. You can hold it up. If we had access to the close up, that's another thing. We lose the close up.
Oh
camera.
yeah, looks just like you.
It does. So our friends Patty and Chingo saw that at a toy some convention.
Comic-Con.
That's actually supposed to be The Rock.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's much more paler and more reminiscent to me.
Fucking heavy that sumbitch is.
Well,
I mean,
you can shrink me down, but you can't take away the mass.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's
Right.
Jesus.
That's it.
And then I got a sausage.
It feels like you'd do something, right? You feel like you'd have
Yeah.
kung fu action in there or something, though. Just
Yeah.
rotates a little bit.
I got my silly sausage, which normally when Corey reads the news, I just like over top of his script and just like in his face and shit, and it's a lot of fun for me. Gives me something to do while he reads, because I'm not allowed to read no well because I don't read no good.
We need to get him his own little silly sausage.
Yeah, a little silly sausage and then maybe a hat.
Yeah.
Get him.
Why?
I was thinking like a yarmulke would look awesome on little Corey. Just like make it awkward,
Be irrelevant to the
but
real.
it would be fun.
But
Just like let's make it awkward.
I think he just did.
Exactly.
Yeah, racist.
What? No, dude. Do I look like Kanye?
Who?
As much as I look like The Rock.
Dude, all the shit Kanye did, talking shit on Jewish people like a freaking moron.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Did somebody make a comment?
I said we should put a yarmulke on little Corey, and he called me a
thanks for
racist.
listening
And then
to the end of this show.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Lucky you.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. There's things you should be happy you
Mhm.
missed.
oh yeah.
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 We're gonna be so
We're
fucking
fucking
awkward,
rocking
but
and
yeah, we're
rolling.
gonna fucking go.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the page and let's do
Oh, yeah.
something terrible, like try to read some names off of a sheet of paper.
Team.
Let's go ahead and celebrate the thing that Sam's been waiting for all fucking year long.
Yes,
We are over 500. That's right.
finally.
Welcome to the Cigar Junkies Facebook group to San Miguel Tabacalera. All about cigars. Lyar, Singella, John Smeltzer, Flightline Cigars. We know who that one is. Carmine Sempiri and Mike Allen.
Hell yeah, yeah. So I've been struggling. I wanted to break 500 members in the first year for the Facebook group. Like I wanted to break that. And we've been sitting at like 495 for like 2 months. I've kicked more members than have joined because it's just
they're
like
robots.
constant bots. I kicked 7 today.
Well, we might be below 500 again.
Well, I think every single one of them in one way or another called themselves EP Carrillo. Like every one of them like wrote it differently. And I was like, yeah, we're done.
Ipicarillo. Ipicarillo.
Yeah, like I was like, yeah, no,
Ipicarillo.
you're gone.
All right, then.
So it was funny because Sam and I were talking a little bit, and I haven't been on Facebook since 2018.
At all. Nice.
No. And before that, I was only on it for 2 years, I think, when we started Sultan's, the cigar. I've always just found, it's weird, man. Like, I know it would probably help me to be on it, but I also see some of the stuff that happens on there, and I'm just like, I'm going to avoid that.
Fair enough. Yeah. Dude, I wasn't on Facebook until really this all started. Like, once I started planning on doing a lounge, that's when I got on like Facebook groups and all that. Like, I avoided it like the plague. I was only on there for invitations to family functions and to keep in touch with some of my military buddies. That was it. And then all this took off, and I was like, "Oh shit, I got to like learn how to use this." And well, between the just the tip stuff and the junkies, and I'm in the process of trying to learn Instagram now, which is way easier to use than Facebook, but yet feels more complicated somehow. So I don't know, but both have been great tools. Are you on Instagram at all?
Yeah, Instagram just for Patina, not personal.
That's called a opportunity to plug yourself, and not the way you're thinking.
Yeah, Patina cigars.
No, that was easy.
Real creative. No, what's really effective these days is TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
But I can't get myself to do that.
Yeah, I'm not doing the TikTok thing. It's not happening. Just simply because of what comes along with the software itself. Like
I won't mess with it.
That the shit that it gives them access to on my devices that are not associated with TikTok. No, I'm good.
Yep. Nope, I'm good.
You literally sign up for a keylogger. Like here's all of my passwords and all of my information. Oh, hey, thanks.
Right.
No, I'm good. I choose life.
Yeah, I was actually considering being the guy like, oh, I'll do it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need anybody knowing my browser history.
Fair enough. Oh man, no, it's like TikTok would be a great tool, but like the way that they have the terms of service written and the stuff that they're legally allowed to do is just crazy.
It's almost like Apple.
No, man.
Yeah, and then
I'm with you.
And then Twitter, I can't do the Twitter stuff just because it's so anti-cigar. I'm just staying away from that one too. Like
Twitter's not effective for cigar stuff, really.
I'm curious to see if that changes at all with Elon, but mostly I'm just, fuck Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, even like Instagram, I feel like is suppressing a lot of cigar related stuff.
Yeah. YouTube, Instagram, all of them. Like, I'm waiting for one of these alternative media platforms to like pick off and like get moving pretty well.
I think he might have just given me my my next $1 million idea.
Oh, here we go.
All right,
Corey's marketing idea of the show,
brought to you by Nobody Cares. No, so like fucking people are offended by cigar smoke, and I don't care. But what if we made? So you remember the toilet paper roll, the rubber band, and the dryer sheet that you used in high school to try to disguise your weed smoke? They actually sell those now.
No,
like
I
on
don't
Amazon.
remember that.
I didn't use them, but I've seen people do it, like on the fucking school bus and shit. And no, I didn't live in
So what,
Chicago.
they would just blow the smoke through the dryer sheet?
It was like the idea was it gets rid of the smell or covers it up or whatever.
Did it work?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Did you smell weed on your
But
school
they
bus?
sell them on Amazon. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. But why not make a cigar suppressor? You know, fucking like
they have them. They're expensive. They're called smoke eaters and ozone generators.
Yeah, it's not very portable. I want it to go over the end of a cigar. Fucking make it look bigger
over the whole thing, or just the
there you go.
No, Mo, it was funny.
Now he'll invest
because when we were talking, he's like, so, and it's funny because I knew exactly what he was asking because everybody I met at PCA has this same awkward moment of like, wait, are you from Pittsburgh? Because like apparently my attire was just too much for people to equate with Pittsburgh.
Your what?
My attire, the way I was dressed, like nobody.
He looked like an extra from Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah,
well, not an extra. Main.
Oh yeah. I was pretty enough. I could.
Oh no, I meant extra, like the adjective, like extra Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, yeah, XL.
But no, it was funny because you're like, wait, are you from Pittsburgh? And everybody like that I met at PCA, for one reason or another, asks me that the same way. Like, wait, you're from Pittsburgh? Why are you wearing? Why did you like? Oh, the cowboy thing. Oh, okay.
Let's change the perception right now. Pittsburgh has rednecks too. It's out there.
I mean, it's not like Chicago. Like you said, you go 45 minutes outside of Chicago, you're in cornfield. You go 25 minutes outside of Pittsburgh, and you're rural. Because like we're mountains, so like we got really direct paths. Like the city's inside of these mountains, and then you just take a tunnel or a bridge out, and you're
those are your two options.
Yeah, that's the only way to get to Pittsburgh: tunnel or bridge. Pick one.
Yeah.
Air balloon.
It is a pretty city though. Like we have a pretty city. Like go up on Mount Washington, and like you can look over because it's tiny. Like Pittsburgh is a small city.
Say pretty city again.
No, I'm done. No, I saw your eyes light up, and I was like, I'm good. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Oh my God, it's like such a pretty city. It's so nice. Oh my God, it's just so beautiful at the night and the lights. Oh my.
I feel like Chris is getting ready to walk away again.
Who?
I don't know.
Chris?
Fucking making
Who
people
the fuck's
up.
Chris?
God, fucking
Dude.
dude, it's been a long
Dude,
7
2 more weeks before we have Chris on.
days. Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna have Chris Webber on.
so I'm not wrong. I'm just ahead of schedule.
Wow.
Mo, Chris, they're so similar. I think Chris was the fourth stooge.
Yeah.
Larry, Shemp. Wait, no, there was already 4, wasn't there?
3.
Yeah, no,
Three
but 3 at a time. But there was 4.
Yeah.
What?
Because you had Curly or Shemp.
5, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wasn't Joe one, too? There was Joe, Shemp, Larry, Curly, Mo.
Did you say Joe?
Joe Mama.
Yeah, I think there was a Joe that stepped
Like
in
from
once in a
Family
while.
Guy? Like, hey, guys.
Oh, dude. That's a guy who makes his entire living off his voice. Like that guy's
Yeah.
been the voice of so many things.
He was in Seinfeld, though. Putty.
Was he?
Yeah. You've not gotten the Putty yet? He's only watched like 4 seasons of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
I'm on a break.
David Putty, man.
And now I have to watch freaking Tulsa King.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, that needs to happen.
You don't know about that. He didn't understand the reference.
I did not understand.
I don't know if Mo or Chris did either. Whoever he is.
Yeah, that guy's been in so many things. Like his voice is just notable. But yeah, that was it. That's all I had to say about that. Why can make it so fucking awkward?
That was like our worst bird walk ever.
I mean, it was a bird walk, so yeah, it just adds up. So, are you working on anything new, or are you just running these 4 for now?
Man, so we have the anniversary cigar coming out next year. That'll be 500 boxes, 10 count. Excited about that. But, I felt like 5 years was a good time to say, hey, let's do a limited to commemorate that. These days, a lot of guys that are coming out are, it's like 1 year, 2 years, and then, whatever. But so I feel like
5, 10.
5 years is a good time, even though it'll be the 6th year by the time it comes out. But, whatever, who's counting?
When do orders get placed for that?
Yeah, man. And then after that, I mean, I got some stuff that I've been working on, like a Nicaraguan Puro, maybe a different Habano blend, but
nice.
I'm not going to rush anything. So, it'll come out when it comes out, but I'm really confident with the core that we've got and just trying to get the name out more. That's really what it is.
No offense to Pete Johnson, but I'd rather be smoking another one of that cigar than this one right now. This cigar is okay, but that cigar was great.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that your Connecticut is fire. Like, it's so good.
Well, it's a imperative ingredient in the burn fire. So we wouldn't want it without it.
You should let that one go.
Yeah.
Like that one you should let die.
Just like my dad said after my mom got pregnant.
So when are you planning on taking orders for those anniversaries?
Right now.
Say that again.
When are you going to start taking orders for the anniversaries?
He said, "You going to send me some?"
Yeah, we will.
With enthusiasm.
I don't know, man. That's a good question because it'll be ready probably by March. But I don't think I want to release it until later in the spring. So probably April or May.
You're no fun. So when can I pre-order?
Right now. His money
As
works.
soon as
now.
right now, as soon as I have a better idea on time frame, I appreciate it.
What's the amount of production there? How many are you putting out?
There's 5,000 cigars total.
You can afford that. Just get them all. That's the power move. That's how you become the two guys. You just buy them all.
Yeah.
If you're the only one that has them, man, you commit. Put the checkbook down.
Yeah, but I feel like that simultaneously works well and screws both of us.
5,000 singles or 5,000 boxes?
Singles.
No,
510 count boxes.
You could do that.
Yeah, it's going to be a 6x52 Connecticut broadleaf.
You hear this son bitch spending my money?
Well, fucking, I'd like to see you spend it sometime.
Are you guys married? You're already spending his money?
He's my cigar wife.
He's been trying to spend it for a while.
Well, I mean, you can't see the stuff that's in here, but it gets added to frequently, and it's usually it's always out of my bank account. I tried to get him to buy a thing. I'm not so good.
So I don't remember the sizes you offer, Mo. Do you have a Corona, like a 4x50 or something?
Well, not in the Connecticut.
You bastard.
Oh, that sounds like a really good shop exclusive.
No.
Size exclusive. Maybe you can't buy the whole 5,000, but you could be the one that has the Corona
one,
Connecticut.
That could be the one. I'm not buying the 5,000.
You could be the Neo.
No offense, Mo. Love you. But
wait. Are you talking about a Corona in the Connecticut?
Yeah.
So, man, it's funny. Like, guys like us, we love the Corona Gorda. In terms of like what sells at a shop level, though, it's got to be really specific to the shop. Like some shops do good with Corona Gordas, but a lot of them, man, just they're a cigar guy. That's a cigar guy or girl size, right?
Well, he just said he's going to buy all of them, so there's like no issues on your end.
Still have not said that yet.
We could just do it ongoing.
There you go.
I agree. Lancero's the same way. Like, people, like
everybody wants one Lancero.
Right.
Nobody's like, give me a box of that.
Right. Like it's like, I love them. Man,
well, the issue isn't even the fact that they don't like the cigar enough to buy a box of them. It's the type of people that want a Lancero are the type of people that like varieties. So they'd rather go in and buy 20 different cigars than 20 of that cigar.
Which is why I'm not even offering boxes of Lanceros. Like I'll have them, and if you want them, I'll dig them out. But those are going in bins. Like Lanceros are going to be. That's the only thing in the shop that'll be in bins is anything 61 ring gauge or bigger. And Lanceros, they're just going into 2 cabinets, and that's all that's going to be in those cabinets.
Under the crusty socks.
Under the crusty socks.
Man, it was funny because, like, dude, when I managed the shop, everyone was like, "Oh, do you have Lanceros?" Yeah, here they are, and then nobody would buy them.
Yeah, they wouldn't take them. Yeah,
it's like I know. It's like going to the pet shelter. Everyone wants to look, but it's like, do I really want to take it home? I don't know.
Right.
I'm taking the gamble.
It's very much like that, actually.
I'm taking the gamble of trying to have like the most Lanceros. What's that?
I got 2 things right.
He's like, come on, look at me.
I'm having a good day.
I'm trying to have like the most Lanceros in the area and like have them in one place. So like if you want a Lancero, come on in and look and just like use that as my way to like be like, okay, come grab a Lancero. Grab other shit while you're here, but grab a Lancero.
I think from this point forward, I would like to suggest that we open up our pocketbooks that are just empty, but we can figure it out. Any Zoom guests, let's just send them a $20 wired headset in advance,
right ahead of time,
so that we know that we can hear them and that they'll be able to hear us. Like his audio quality,
it's hard to hear you guys,
right? But that's what I'm getting at. Is actually we're very fortunate that we hear you very well.
Yeah, you're loud,
but clearly
you're not fortunate. Most people try not to.
Well, we swing against the curve.
Because you don't like what I have to say. Because I say the truth.
You found your place, sir.
He's like the magic sitar player.
It was funny, man, because like one of the biggest adjustments is you could literally sit in a circle with like 10 people or go to a cigar shop and you're going to have a roller coaster of, like if you're doing an event or something, and you will literally have a roller coaster of emotions within like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, how did you like the cigar? Fucking greatest cigar ever. It's fantastic. Next guy, great cigar. Next guy, that was okay. Next guy, yeah, not my style. Next guy, yeah, definitely wouldn't smoke it again. Next guy, box worthy, let me get a box. It's the craziest thing, man. Yep. Like,
no, it's true, though, because, like, but I love that people, that's another thing, like, because it is an equalizer and, you know, it puts everybody on kind of like the same level of feeling. People will speak their mind, but they seem to, they'll speak their mind more than they'll speak out their ass. Like other things, people just talk out their ass. Like you're not saying nothing, not like anything at all. You're just talking to talk. Cigars, you're gonna have that bullshit, but really, like, guys try to give feedback or they shut the fuck up. Like
for sure.
Generally, you know,
dude, I did an event last night here in the Chicago area, and one guy was like, you know what, man, great cigar, great draw, great construction, just wasn't my profile. The next guy was like, dude, this is really great. Let me have a box.
Yeah.
And it's just like the one thing you don't want to hear is the cigar was shit quality, right? Like that's anybody, because that's objective. Everything else is subjective.
Yeah.
But as long as you have good tobacco, good construction, good whatever, nobody could dispute that. And that's really the goal, right? Because like everything else, everyone's going to have an opinion. And it could be as simple as you ate something that day that threw the flavor off of whatever cigar you're smoking.
We talk about that a lot here. Like,
oh, dude.
It doesn't even have to be something you've eaten, though. Like, it could just be your mood, you know?
Like, I'll straight up say that the Connecticut of yours that I smoked today was nothing like the other ones that I've had, simply because of that. Like my diet, like I think it would go well with that beer because I still had remnants of like that beer in my mind.
Yeah.
So like I was pulling like an allspice and stuff like that from that cigar, where normally that cigar is just nutty. Like it's a very walnutty flavor.
Well, quit putting nuts in your mouth before you smoke it.
Calm down.
Yeah, man, that's true. You might want to
just calm down on the nuts. Hold on, let me get that hair out my teeth. All right, we're good.
That imprint on your chin.
It's usually on my cheek. Never mind.
That's why you shaved. The hair was all matted.
It was crusty as hell.
Dribbler.
Right here, like it was just like a solid piece of mustache. It wasn't even like individual strands anymore.
Like Jordan might have been the best shooter, but fucking Sam's got the best dribble.
Oh, God. And Corey took it too far.
That's what I do.
He always takes it deep.
That's what I do.
Yeah, he takes it all the way.
Speaking about taking it too far and taking it all the way, let's talk about our participation trophy recipient of the week. We haven't had anybody in a while because there was nothing noteworthy to talk about.
Well, some asshole hasn't been doing the question of the day either, so that's not helping.
Yeah,
like
to be fair,
been like a large. To be fair, have you ever watched Letterkenny? Mo?
Who?
Letterkenny?
No.
Do you have Hulu?
No.
He says he doesn't watch a lot.
Get Hulu and watch Letterkenny. Just watch
YouTube it.
Just watch clips on YouTube, and then you'll go buy Hulu simply for that.
Or he'll be.
I did a Hulu for like 2 weeks so I could watch that show, The Bear.
He sounds like grandma talking about the internet. He's like, I did a Hulu.
I did the Hulu with my friends, and then I got on the Facebook and I told them everything I thought about it.
How do I get on that there?
Hulu.
The Hulu. No, I am going to be getting Hulu again, where I'm going to be stealing Hulu from somebody again, because Yellowstone's on Hulu now. Somebody said.
Oh,
so I'm pretty excited about that.
I think I tried to indulge and it didn't work. So we'll see. But let's try to keep it within 30 seconds of the intro. Mike King, good job. Your participation.
Congratulations.
Let's see if speaking of things that Sam remembers to do, let's see if he remembers to have the trophy.
I already had it made.
Okay. Did you do the guy that we gave it to last time?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
ever get
his?
It's
Goltz. It's fine. It's fine. It's Goltz.
Oh, I've been
going
Steve Newman and building some bridges with Boatsy.
Yeah, I'll have it made and I'll send it directly to him. But it's too late now.
It's got to have Schmiegel on it.
Schmiegel.
Oh, it could be the golden ring of the week.
Stupid Herbitzes. But the Herbitzes is fun. You don't have any friends.
Yeah, and on that note, we lost Mo.
He's like, fuck is this Lord of the Rings bullshit?
I could see he's clearly more interested in whatever's going on.
No, somebody was trying to come into the conference room and I was giving the middle finger.
Oh, fuck nice. Yeah. Look at you go.
Do it on, like, just get it fucking broadcast.
Yeah. We don't want to be taking up the conference
Then he started humping the door and I was like, dude, it ain't that kind of podcast.
I swear to God, I'm not in Chicago. I am not in Chicago.
No, Corey be running to the door like.
Yeah. What's up with that nickel taste you get on the doorknobs? You know what I mean? This is just fucking like it's right in your head.
I don't know why.
You have anything you want to close out with, Mo? You want an opportunity to plug anything or anyone?
You got any big events going? Anything like that in your area? We actually do have some listeners in your area.
We got
6.
I'll be in Houston next month. doing an event at Smoke Ring in Webster, Texas.
Oh,
Where the fuck is Webster?
It's right outside of Houston.
Okay. I was like, I got nothing on that one.
I was gonna say, I think.
And
it was a
then,
spin-off.
other than that, spin off of Houston.
Jefferson.
Other than that, man, just if you guys, I run my social media, Patina Cigars. So if you have any questions or whatever, feel free to hit me up. So that's on Instagram at Patina Cigars. And really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to come on here and BS with you guys. And
Thanks, it's an
Opportunity. That's cute.
You'll learn.
and also giving you the opportunity, Corey, to meet me.
That's right. That's right.
Um,
Now
That's what really happened.
There you go. He was a little off there for a minute, but he got the ship right
Got him
at the
squared
end.
away.
No, man. Are you not, Corey? Do we need to talk about? Are you not used to people appreciating you or getting compliments? I mean, is this something deeper?
Yeah, you know what? I think I get him occasionally. Just I like to show it off to Sam because it's like, see, I'm not such a deplorable human being.
He's like, look, I'm not horrible, I swear.
Now here's the thing. I am the most self-deprecating, arrogant asshole you'll ever meet. Like I feel like I am two sides of a coin. Like I am either an arrogant asshole or a self-deprecating, loathing piece of shit.
In order to be self-deprecating by nature, you have to be very confident.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like to be able to just be like, oh, it's a little guy. It's like, okay, I don't give a shit if it's
the
little or
one
not.
thing I am confident about in most situations is I'm not going to be the guy that hits my head off of something. I know that for a fact. Like I'm not ducking on the roller coaster. Like I'm good.
He's set.
I'm holding on real tight because I feel like there's a pretty good chance that I could fly out because I had to walk on my tippy toes to get onto the motherfucker in the first place. But other than that,
dude, I'm just picturing that comedian. I don't know if he identifies as a dwarf or a midget. I'm not up on those terminology.
Oh, I love that dude.
But he's like, I got a chance to fly on a Black Hawk helicopter. You want to talk about feeling low? I did something I swear I would never do as a little person. I asked somebody to pick me up. He's like, man, you gonna help me get up in there? He's like, I couldn't get in the helicopter. It's like, yay high. He's like, yeah. And then the guy put the step up and he's like, okay, cool. Instead of being yay high, it's yay high. I still can't fucking get there. So I'm like, all right, dude, come on, man. Just
chuck me,
pick me up and chuck me. And he's like, yeah. And then the guy grabs me and he goes, 1, 2. And I'm like, dude,
that is not what you want when there's a propeller going like 150,000 miles an hour over your head. Is this the same comedian that does the bit where like fucking his mom got cut off and like they're flipping him off? The guy gets out of the car like he's gonna come fight. And he gets out and he's like, wait, this might not have been a good idea because the guy's walking up to him and he's like 3 of him tall. And he's like, I just did the first thing that came to my head and I went, Hadouken! And the guy like stepped back because he's like, I don't know. Can dwarfs shoot fireballs? I don't know.
I don't know.
Like that literally scared the guy off. It has to be, dude. We're watching that shit as soon as we get off here.
Dude, so my dad's a giant human being. Like he's enormous. We got cut off right outside of the Meadows Casino before the Meadows was there, but down at the light. And this guy jumps out of his car and I jump out. My dad, I hear him laughing in the car because I'm like twice the size of the guy. He's tiny. My dad gets out of the truck and he goes, hey, watch this. And I just hear him and I'm walking over. The guy's running his mouth. And my dad comes around the corner and the guy goes, fuck. That's all he did is he goes, fuck. Turns around and gets back in his car. My dad goes, that's why I've never been in a fight. I'm like, I can fucking see that. He's like, Jesus Christ. I've never seen a person just completely flip a switch that fast. Like, like even kids, like they go from happy to sad and back to happy. So no, this guy was like, I'm gonna fuck, I'm out. Like,
I've lived that experience for a little guy actually though too, because like back, I mean, my arms are still okay, but in the oil field days when I was like working for a fucking living, my arms are fucking massive. And a guy literally hit me on a fucking 2-lane road. We're driving down and he's like, pull over up here. I'm going to kick your fucking ass. And so it's like a 1/4 mile ride of him fucking screaming at me from the other lane. I never said a word. When we pull over, I'm like, I need this guy's plate. So this is a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, I got to go get it. And like, if he wants fucked up, cool. That's all right too. And so he fucking parks like 5 spaces away from me and gets out and you could hear him talking trash, slamming the door, walking over. And I just got out of my car and fucking stand up. And as he's walking toward me, he like looks at me and starts to like look down and get quieter and quieter and quieter as he gets close.
He's like, oh shit, the challenge was accepted.
Yeah, he looked and he was like, oh, there's a lot of toothpaste in that little tube, you know? Because but like by the time he gets up to me, he's like, so you want to exchange information? And I was like, yeah, that'd be all right.
That's a good
I was
idea.
like, okay. You just see the fight fucking leave the guy's eyes
That's
as
how
he's
most
walking away.
people are. Like they run their mouths, and that's the glory of the internet, right? Like, would you call it a keyboard?
Keyboard warrior.
Yeah, like they feel great behind their keyboard, but if you just like walk up to like, not in like an aggressive way back towards them or anything, but just like all right, well, I guess this is like, let's see what happens, and you walk over just casual. Most people are like, oh shit, like he's gonna, oh no.
I feel like the music video for that has a guy playing the guitar.
Oh yeah, I feel like that's
Oh yeah. You know who always wants to fucking fight? People that don't know how to fight.
right. They think it's gonna be so simple.
That's because we think we're gonna learn how. It's like I want to be in a fight, like so I'll know.
Oh
you know.
no, getting in
I know how
fights
to get
fucking
beat up.
Hurt.
I'm good at that.
Like
I've
winning
done
a fight hurts. Like that's the thing people in their early 20s and teens who can like recover overnight don't realize.
Yeah.
That shit hurts for days.
Right.
Like
Well, you're not supposed to get in a fight with the corner of your fucking shop.
well, but I'm
Yeah.
talking like, like an actual, like my whole family, I got a pro boxer and a pro MMA fighter in my family. And we used to
Yeah.
wrestle and fight a lot. And it fucking hurt even when you won. Like it's a
Yeah.
thing. Like you see these guys in the interviews after like an MMA fight or whatever, like the side of their face is smashed, they're bleeding, their hands are on fire, and they're like, it was a good fight. I'm gonna go
Right.
take some ibuprofen now and probably some other Percocets or something. Like, yeah, like the shit hurts
Right.
for days. Now,
Yeah.
with what they get paid per fight, you do you, boo. But still,
Sure.
You boo.
you do you, boo.
But dude, it's like
Clothing
anybody I know
sneakers.
that's trained martial arts or boxing or whatever, they're way less likely to fight than somebody who doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, they.
Well, they're also afraid to like hurt somebody. There
Sure.
was I like got in one skirmish like 2 years ago, year and a half or something, with a dude in a fucking park. Another road rage incident. Somebody
Nice.
fucking thought he was tough. He rolled up, and I was like, I remember just thinking like, I think this is it. I think this is going to be the time. And I mean, I was strong, but I'm not fast. So I'm like, I feel like this is going to end up being a fight. So if I feel like I can't avoid it, I may as well take the first swing. And he just very easily moved his head out of the way. And I'm like, oh,
this is
well,
bad.
this just changed the dynamic of the situation. So he grabbed a hold of me. I grab him. We end up on the ground. And once we get in that position, it was easy because I was like fucking way stronger than this dude. And so he's on the ground. I got I'm holding his one hand down on one side, and then, or no, it's under my leg. I grab his other hand, put my knee on it, and I'm like this. And he's laying in the pavement.
Yeah,
And I'm like, are you done? Because I'm sitting here going like, I'd love to hit you. But there's a really good chance that you die and I'd go to jail for
Right.
manslaughter because your
Right.
head is like a quarter inch away from that pavement.
yeah,
Like if I hit
Right.
you,
you're going back.
it's
yeah.
at least assault.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yep.
that doesn't sound a good way to spend the next 5 years.
Yeah, it's not a great thing.
So, what are you gonna do?
Well, it's my cousin. I think he boxed at like 135 or 142, and like at the time, I was like 200 pounds, 205, 6% body fat. Like I was solid.
So you were lighter.
And I was like 20 pounds lighter than I am. And he would we'd get in the ring like just to play around. And I'd go like this, and just in the length of my jab, he'd be next to me and hit me a couple times. And I'd be like, what the fuck? Like it was some shit out of a movie. I'm like, how the fuck did you get over there?
It feels like a dream.
And
you
how
know?
did you hit me so many times? And it's not like you think, oh, he's 135 pounds, he can't hit. No, that shit really fucking hurts. Even with heavy training gloves, like it still fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Like this is not great.
You ever
I don't
have
want
a
to do this
dream?
anymore.
You ever have the dream where you're fighting somebody and you swing as hard as you fucking can
And
and,
you connect
nothing
and-
happens? It just fucking
Yes.
stand there. Yeah.
You've had those dreams?
Oh yeah, very much. so.
Everybody's had those dreams.
Yeah.
I hate that
Yeah.
shit.
Or fucking like you're finally in a situation where you're like, oh, I'm glad I had a gun. These motherfuckers all got guns, and you pull out your gun and you can't get the trigger to pull.
It doesn't
or there's
work,
No
yeah.
fucking clip in it. Like
Are
those.
you sure that was a gun?
And all these dreams Corey had after a bad sexual experience.
Is that why Chris
Yeah,
Hemsworth was
yeah.
there?
You were trying to shoot Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I guess I wasn't worthy. You see how he keeps going to the drink and then like
I love how he lit up though. He was like, "Wait, you fucking had that dream? Jesus Christ!" Like,
wait, the Chris Hemsworth one.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, I'm going with it."
He's like, "Ah, shit, fucking delay."
Oh shit.
He's like, a minute ago it was Chris Evans, but apparently I'm changing my tune to the long-haired pretty one.
Well, yeah, you are American.
No, dude, but those dreams are weird.
Mm-hmm. Any helpless dream, right? Like they suck.
Yeah.
The teeth falling out. Hate that one.
The teeth falling out?
You don't have teeth falling out? That's like a well documented like the psychiatric meaning thing.
That one.
Yeah, like fucking in your dream, just your teeth will start fucking
I've
coming
had
out
my
your
teeth
mouth.
knocked out in a dream, but that like I
woke
deserved
up and they were
that.
really gone.
No, I deserved every hit I got in that dream. I remember having a dream where like I just ran my mouth and this dude beat the shit out of me and I smiled the whole time like, yeah, this I deserve all of this. Like this is bad. Like every hit that he gave me, I was like,
we started this with so much common ground that we're just losing it.
No, I feel like he's like, I feel like he's more into it now.
I think he's I don't think he's not amused. I just think he can relate a lot less now.
And then
why?
Because you didn't say I can relate to that.
We're all fucked up. That's the
all
right,
plain and simple. Which is why cigars are great because we're all fucked up.
Yeah, they're
we might
great
as well enjoy it. Right,
dude. Maybe that's going to be the new patina thing.
We're all
patina because we're all fucked up.
I'd buy that T-shirt.
I feel like it fits my branding better. Be like just the tip because we're all fucked up.
Yeah.
Just the tip, just for a second, just see how it feels. We're all fucked up together.
But yet you turn down my ideas. I don't understand.
Yeah, but I didn't make mine into a commercial that ends with just the tip, the whole package.
That's why I need the validation of the guests is because of you just fucking shitting on my fucking advertising ideas.
I mean, everybody loves Tom's Pen Works. I mean, the porno music is just fantastic.
Because his pen works.
You would know.
Made with real wood.
Authentic allergy.
Yeah. On that note, we want to thank Mo from Patina Cigars for coming on here. Definitely the if not the best, one of the best Connecticut shade cigars I've had in my life. I will definitely be picking up some more of those. If you didn't know, you can join us on our Facebook group live every Friday evening, where you can jump in and participate in this fucking shit show that we call a podcast or whatever it is. Next week, we are actually going to be smoking the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Micarita. As always, you can get our T-shirts and other here. Well, you knew it was coming. You could have shut me down before.
I was trying to, but I have an actual plug. So if you're from the Pittsburgh area, there's only one place to get Patina cigars. Just the Tip Cigars. Give me a shout. We'll hook you up.
That is not good. The only shop that you can get them in Pittsburgh is the shop that's not open yet.
So give me a shout and I'll get them to you.
You need to get better salespeople there, Mo.
Yeah, that's on him.
Or Chris, or talk to Chris and see what you can do, you know? All right. Well, you can grab our T-shirts on thegalaxyboutique.com. Use the code Junkies for free shipping on anything site-wide. And I think that's going to wrap it up for today.
That's about it.
Thanks for joining us.
Salud.